What is up, you wonderful YouTubers? Thank you so much for being here today. The Salty Nerd Podcast Tuesday live event, the best place to go for movie commentary, TV shows, and all kinds of cool stuff with the real conversations happen right here. Welcome to the show. I am always joined by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader's doing yoga in the corner because he's real grumpy. What's up, dude?
I'm trying to tweet. Okay, I'm doing my work here. It's very important.
That's pre-show. This is people.
What are you doing? People need to know that the show is live.
Do your thing.
I just did.
You're done now.
Are you ready to say hi to people?
Hi. Hi, people. Hi.
Should have seen this guy before the show. He was like, I need to clear my mind.
Doing my Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That shit works.
I know it really does. So,
the ambassador of estrogen, who no longer has a Twitter account, Jude.
Hello.
Right before the show, she's like, I'm so sick and tired of people tagging me on Twitter. Delete.
you know, the only person who tags her on Twitter
is you.
It's him.
It's because when I'm doing my tweets, I need to tag the people
He
on the
has
show.
fucking anxiety, and he's like, I have to tag her.
And
I'm
I think-
I don't even have it on my phone. I had to re-download
Yeah,
it,
but Jude, you
figure
don't
out
understand.
what my password was,
If I leave you out,
and then deactivate.
if I leave you out, people DM me. They go, "Where the fuck is Jude?"
Well, now
Yeah.
you have to leave.
Now you
me
have
out.
to just
So
put.
I want him
Just
to
put.
come. I want him to come for him.
Okay.
That's why I did
you know what
that.
you need to do?
Hmm.
You need to start a ghost Twitter account.
Big titted redhead.
Big titted redhead.
So I'm doing
Just get a picture of Jude and
Yeah,
just tag it
giant fake one with
with the AI art.
with her head,
AI art of Jude with giant tits.
her
Yeah.
head just stuck up on top of a pair of giant boobs with no neck.
Yeah.
Just head and boobs.
And just a
Yeah.
giant red mop.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Just boom. There's
Yeah.
Jude's Twitter account.
OnlyFans. I mean,
It'll definitely be more popular than my actual Twitter account ever was.
Jude, did you know you have sex hair today?
Is that what somebody said?
That's what it said. Yeah, it's right there.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing. Jude has sex hair today.
Who said that?
Banjo
Gary.
sandwich. Banjo sandwich Worthington. Said Jude
Bro,
has
my
sex hair.
husband is here, and he's been gone all morning.
Speaking of, Kadish is in the house. What's up, buddy?
So before we went live, Alex was like, "Ooh, I look so clean."
Ooh.
And yesterday we were at a podcast movement meetup, and I was talking with a fan, and I was like, "Oh, our host of the podcast is right over there." He's like, "Is that Alex?" I
Aww.
was like, "Yeah." It's like, I didn't recognize. Did he always have a beard?
Aw.
And I was like, "No, he's finally got a job that allows him to grow facial hair now." He's like, "Oh, he looks so different."
Yeah. Big show of the fan. Didn't know I had a beard.
Big show of the fan.
Big fan of the show.
You were stone cold sober today.
I really am. I've eaten nothing but beef for like 4 days in a row.
Ooh.
Do you have the meat sweats?
No, actually, I feel great. I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending anything, but I got to say, I feel great.
Well, I'm glad you feel great because everybody came to town and I got Nerdrotic crud.
Oh no!
You got the
you're
con
sick?
crud?
There's too much fucking nerd stink in the studio or something this
There's
week.
a lot of shaking hands, a lot of
A lot
hugs,
of shaking hands, and I
Yeah.
caught
a lot of bro
I
hugs
caught it.
happening.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, Big Vader.
I'm gonna blame Blaine.
Blaine,
I'm blaming Blaine
because he brought it from
because he's
North
a
Carolina.
hugger. He's a hugger.
He's a hugger.
I got more bro hugs from Blaine this week.
Oh man! All right.
Well, you were also sitting across from Stuttering Craig, so maybe he breathed on it.
Oh, that's true. Craig crud.
Craig crud. Don't tell him we said that. Don't tell him we said
He loved
that. Anyways, we got a couple things we always go through before we start the live stream. Of course, we have our goal of 10 new members for the YouTube channel. If you would like to gift those members, fantastic, very generous of you. If you are not already a member, join up because you get awesome content in return.
Yeah.
And today, if you are an extra salty or higher member of the members YouTube, of YouTube, you know what I mean. We're doing a special live stream just for you after this one. That's for extra salty and above.
That's
What's the topic for today?
2.
The topic for today is binge models versus week-to-week models.
Oh, I'm gonna
in
fight
streaming.
you. I'm gonna fight you because you're the binger.
I didn't know what we were talking about till just now.
That's great.
So
Show notes.
I don't remember that in the show
I love
notes.
binge drinking.
I thought
Binge
it was,
drinking
Uh-huh.
is not fun.
My show notes say the thing was topic was God. The topic was recap of the meetup.
That too. Well, who knows what's gonna happen?
Don't note shame.
You know what I mean? Don't note shame you.
Don't do that.
You're so aggressive today.
He really is.
It's like, why's everybody in such a bad mood?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He was like, why don't you take a goddamn picture of us together? Jesus, man.
It's like,
And he like rips his phone back. He's like, thank you.
Every picture I take is my big giant head covering up two.
I'm so fucking tired of seeing my goddamn face in pictures.
because I have T-Rex arms and my pictures aren't good.
that was the other joke we had.
Yeah, you making fun of my little short arm?
Yeah, it was hilarious because we were like, oh, you should engineer the show one
Yeah.
day, man. It's just pushing buttons. You'll be fine. He's like, oh, yeah, I need like my freaking big elbows to hit the buttons because I can't use
Well,
my
no,
fingers.
but he said, I don't know if it's a good idea because he has
He has
arthritis.
no faith in you. Just, I want you to
That's
know
okay.
that.
He doesn't have faith
Arthritis
in anyone.
and fat fingers.
Yeah, whatever.
Double whammy.
This guy killing me fat fingers. Okay.
Have you read your text?
I do. I
That's a fair point.
do.
This movie really sucks.
This is me engineering wrists.
This movie, really, just.
And then it says,
I
and then
often have to text him back. Is like, what did
What?
you just say?
Like,
What do you mean?
I read.
oh, it's gonna be a fun show today, guys. All right. What else do we have as far as house cleaning? We got the member stream. We got the YouTube members 10 goal.
You want to tell them about the free Patreon?
Free. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
News. Patreon now has a free thing that you can do. You can sign up. Just put your email in there, sign up, and follow us there, and then we can give you free content. You don't
Free
have
account.
free account. You don't have to pay for anything. It's just like we'll put polls, we'll put some posts, we'll have some fun over there.
Dad joke of the week.
Dad joke of the week.
That's a great
That's
idea.
a fantastic idea.
Yeah,
honestly.
So basically, Patreon has upgraded their system.
Mhm.
So if you head over to saltynerdclub.com and you follow our page as a free member, we're going to be putting out like blog posts, stories, like all types of stuff for free members. And then the paid members get, our regular movie reviews, and the top tier ones get our commentary tracks once a month.
Mhm.
In fact, on tax day, our hackers episode
How
dropped
perfect.
for all of our superstar tier members. But basically, like if you have an account on Patreon already, you just go there, you follow our page, and you get access to all the free stuff we're going to be posting.
Love it. I'm glad that Patreon is starting to, evolve.
Yeah.
It was a little stagnant there for a while. But head over there. Go to saltynerdclub.com. Takes you to our Patreon page. Sign up. It's free.
And be a big club of the fan.
Be a big club of the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Two main topics on today's show, which we're very excited about. We're going to be talking about 2008's Scottish apocalypse movie, Doomsday. Totally forgot it was from Scotland.
Yeah.
Made it even better.
Yeah.
And then second, we're going to be doing a deep dive into the first 4 episodes of Fallout. We're going to have a discussion about everything that we love, everything that we might not like about the first 4 episodes. We don't want to do, here's the reason why we only do 4 episodes, guys. Because I know there's a million people out there who's like, oh, full season review, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We don't feel like in the hour or so that we're going to be talking about it, that we can do the entire season justice. We had a roundtable discussion. We like to include everybody's opinions on things, and it helps out the conversation. It makes it better content for you, a little bit more digestible. We like to do things a little bit more segmented. So if you're wondering, well, how come you don't do the whole season like everybody else? Because we're not like everybody else.
Yeah.
I thought it was just because I don't want to watch 8 episodes in a week.
Might have something to do with it.
That would have been hard this week.
Yeah.
I probably could have done
real.
it because I'm surprisingly into it, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. I don't know when my microphone's falling. Okay. It's just yours was fixed and now mine's broken. Okay. That being said, first thing on the list today, are we good to go for Doomsday?
Maybe you need to stroke it.
Stroke the
Oh, don't do that.
it's gonna drive him crazy.
AMSMR or whatever. My
Shorts fall out. I don't know what that means, Gary, but that is an aggressive tweet. Whatever that one is.
Whoa, there's a pickle in it.
it's an
or an
eggplant.
eggplant.
It's an
Yeah.
eggplant.
That's
All right.
no eggplants in the chat. Okay, that's gross.
2008's Scottish post-apocalyptic movie Doomsday. Jude, would
Yeah.
you like to begin?
I would.
Go for it.
Thank you. 2008 Doomsday, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour 45 minutes. This had a budget of $30 million. What do you think this brought into the box office?
Nothing. I think it tanked.
You're not far off. Vader?
$30 million.
$22 million.
Wow. Yeah.
How?
I don't- 'cause
Why?
It's so lovable.
How?
It's so lovable
What do you must not have liked this movie.
and so bad. Did you
Are you-
like it?
I didn't hate it.
Wow.
Are you ready?
I'm absolutely ready.
Okay. 30 years after a plague destroyed Scotland, an elite force is sent beyond the wall into Glasgow to look for a cure to the virus that popped up south of the wall. The military spied Scottish wildlings who seemed to have survived the plague, and now that cases of grayscale have been reported in King's Landing, Eden and her crew are on a mission to find out what lies beyond the wall. Survivors or an army of the dead. Valor Morgulis. Discuss.
Philomagulus. Wow. What's oh shit. I forgot what the
Doharis.
okay. Yeah.
Say it.
Fahar, what is it?
Man, you guys lost me already.
Valor Doharis.
Vala Toharis.
Yeah, close enough.
What do you guys?
Slanjava. That one I know.
Slanjava.
Slanjava is Scottish for cheers, basically, or what's school? School is Norwegian.
Yeah.
And Slanjava is Scottish. So, yeah, this movie is bonkers.
It is.
I watched it when I was a teenager, and I was like, "This movie's the freaking raddest thing ever."
It is pretty rad.
It is pretty rad.
Yeah.
It is pretty rad. But I have softened on this movie after watching it yesterday.
Oh, because you're a movie snob. now?
No, I just watched it.
Can't appreciate its fun.
I just watched it again. I was like, this movie is all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. It tries to be too many things.
It's got hot chicks.
Hot chicks.
It's got
hot chicks with tattoos on their face.
It might as well be zombie plague.
Yeah, zombie plague. It's got a virus.
It's got a virus. It's got Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Cannibals.
It's got
Cannibals.
It's got Game of Thrones.
Scottish cannibals.
Highlanders.
I've been to the castle where they filmed
knights,
some of these scenes.
Knights in armor.
Yes.
It's got
James Bond.
They spelunk. They go spelunking.
It's a Bentley. They have a Bentley at the end of this movie for some reason.
Yeah.
It's got cannibals and barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed it.
That was fucking rad. Dude.
Yeah, they showed it. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna cook this guy," and I'm like, "They're not gonna show that." Whoa.
Yeah, they do.
They showed
Yeah, they do. And then they show them cutting it up like a fucking roast.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at that smoked pork, perfect.
Yeah.
This just slices into the guy.
This movie goes super hard.
It does.
And everything it does, it just jumps right into whatever genre they're going to go into, and it just like goes next level with it.
Yeah.
Because there's like 4 different kinds of movies here.
There is that's my main issue with it. Is just it's all over the place. It doesn't really have a single identity. It's just like, remember all those cool movies you watched when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. Here's all of them.
All of them.
And that's why it's fun.
It is very fun.
Yeah.
I'm not denying it's fun.
It's not good, but it's fun.
The enjoyment factor is off the scale.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a dog shit movie.
It's got Malcolm McDowell in it, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of famous people in this movie.
It's got Dr. Bashir in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Buffy from Corbin Nash.
Yeah.
Or I mean Giles from Corbin Nash.
Giles from Corbin Nash. Yeah. McDowell.
So this was a first watch for me.
Okay. Oh, tell me about that, please.
And I was texting the guys while I was watching it. And my first thought was, what in the Beyond Thunderdome is this movie?
Uh-huh.
And then once I was finished, I texted the guys and I said, this movie is like one of my night terrors where it's the zombie apocalypse, but Tina Turner's crew keeps trying to eat me. And then I went through a door in my house into a Highlander movie, and there can only be one. So I get in my James Bond car and have a run-in with the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
This movie is all of the things.
Yep.
All of it.
All of the things.
It's pretty awesome in that way.
In a low budget, right? What was the budget for this?
30.
That's it?
Yeah.
2008.
2008?
Yeah, but that's still not that much. I mean,
Yeah.
2008, they were making Iron Man for $200 million.
I guess so.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
This movie is a low budget horror adventure movie with
I prefer to look at this movie as an homage to everything that is awesome.
Yeah.
That's fair. What's how many times have you seen it? Is this like your first time?
This
second
is
time?
like probably my second or third,
Second or
but
third? You just like it.
I know I watched it back in the day.
Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing it since.
I'll give the movie this.
It might as well have been a first watch. It was cool.
Yeah, I saw it one time when I was, like I said, when I was a teenager. I saw it one time, and it stuck with me because I've never forgotten the name of this movie. I'm like, oh, Doomsday. Oh yeah, that freaking wild ass movie with the cannibals and that hot chick with the tattoos on her face.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some staying power, even though it's not the best movie. It's still just a shit ton of fun. But let's talk a little bit about the details. I want to get Kadish's thoughts. Have you seen this movie?
Oh yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Of course
No
he did.
shit.
Of course he did.
Okay, tell me about the theater experience.
It's pretty much the same experience as when you're watching on TV.
Yeah.
No, but so the writer and director of this movie is Neil Marshall, and I was a big fan of his because he did 2 very interesting movies before this one. The first one was Dog Soldiers, and the second one was The Descent.
I love Dog Soldiers and The Descent.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I've never seen Dogs.
It's got a good pedigree.
I know. It's on my list. I just haven't had time.
Oh my god!
I haven't seen it yet either.
What the?
I think we need to put it on.
That's our next live watch, our next commentary.
No, I was gonna say October Halloween movies.
I don't like waiting until Halloween to watch a bunch of Halloween movies. Let's just watch a movie. It's blood and guts.
Okay, we can do that.
I
Yeah,
hate
sure.
waiting until it's Christmas season. Let's watch Christmas. Fuck off.
Just tell us all to fuck off.
This is so aggressive.
He's being a bitch today.
Let's watch Halloween movies during October.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
my
gonna do
God.
that too.
We watch it whenever we want. Whenever we want. I love Dog
This is
Soldier.
anarchy,
It is summer
and I will not
blockbuster
stand
season.
for it.
That's what we're all about
It is
here.
summer
at Salty Nerd
blockbuster
Podcast.
season.
Anyway, Neil Marshall. So his movies, Dog Soldiers and The Descent, were very successful, and so this like UK based production company decided to give him a budget 7 times bigger than anything he'd ever worked with before, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to take all the movies I like
Uh-huh.
and just remake them."
Fantastic. idea.
So like if you watch this movie, so beat for beat from a story perspective, it's the exact same movie as Escape from New York.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Everything that happens in this movie happens in Escape from New York
Okay.
in the exact same order.
Well, she
the
is a
exact way.
lady
She
snake.
is a
Yeah.
woman Snake Plissken.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she's Fem Snake,
Yeah.
basically Fem Pliskin.
There you go. That's better.
Femplistic. I like that. Yeah.
And so what Neil Marshall did is he basically took 28 Days Later, Resident Evil, Aliens, Escape from New York, Excalibur,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of other movies,
Mhm.
The Road Warrior,
Mm-hmm.
Mad Max. And basically he's like, I'm going to take all these movies that I love and I'm just going to make them all into one movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a missed opportunity with the main character, Eden Sinclair. And she's so very obviously Snake Plissken
Right.
that I just feel like it was a missed opportunity. Like he could have named her like Annie Conda or something. Like something so very like obvious.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because, you know, like in
Andy
Escape from
Conda.
New York, Snake Plissken, every time he meets someone new, he's always like, gotta smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this movie, she's like, you have a cigarette.
Does you have a cigarette?
Very proper.
Yeah.
Very proper.
Very,
I loved
very British.
so when the whole pandemic thing happens in the movie and Scotland is being evacuated because everybody's dying and zombies are being created and all kinds of crazy stuff. This little girl, it's actually a pretty like terrifying scenario. Like
Yeah.
this mother is like carrying her young daughter,
Yeah.
just trying to escape the chaos, and like the daughter gets her eye poked out by some psychopath or
Like,
something like that,
shot
like
out.
shot out of
Yeah.
her head.
It's like a ricochet or
Yeah, it was not, and like you look at the daughter, little baby daughter's just sitting there with like no eye. I'm like, oh my god.
My kid would be screaming.
Oh,
though.
yeah, no,
That
like-
kid was just like,
Yeah.
and
It's
the
a
mom
tough
was like,
one.
"Okay, baby, let me see." And
She
then
wraps it in a
she
towel.
like shows her mom, and it's gone.
rub some dirt on it.
She wraps that shit
She
in a
puts a
sweater.
t-shirt around.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
go.
and realistically, what else was she?
What else would you do? Exactly. I'm not saying it's not realistic. It's
Yeah.
weirdly comical.
The whole time I was like, that bullet's still in there. I'm pretty sure.
I think it just grazed her. Did it just graze her eye? I don't know. Anyway, so it gives her like a little backstory about how she lost her eye. But the funniest part to me is that in the future she becomes like a super soldier for
Mhm.
the British government or something like that, and
Special forces.
she has like tech,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
hardcore tech, futuristic stuff. She can take her fake eyeball, pop it out,
Yep.
and look around corners with it.
Yeah.
She has like a screen on her watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It was the dopest shit
I could
I've
do
ever
that.
seen.
I could do
Her
that.
Apple Watch.
Her Apple Watch has a freaking screen
I mean,
on it.
basically, this is the same.
And
tech.
she like throws her eyeball across the room and it's like looking at somebody. It was amazing. I thought it was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. I thought you guys would laugh more at that, but it's
No, it's good.
Oh.
It's cool.
I apologize.
yeah, it's like
My lack of
Yeah,
laughter.
but Roma Mitra, is that her name? Like she's the actress who plays Fem Plisken.
Femme Plisken.
And she
I like
is
Annie Conda.
she is quite the attractive lady.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So is the tattooed crazy cannibal chick too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I believe her name was Viper in the movie.
of course it was. Of course it was.
She wasn't in the movie long enough for it to matter.
Oh, and then when she, not to skip ahead because spoilers, but in the end when she's like riding shotgun, I was like, I
Oh.
thought she was dead, and then I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, yeah,
Yeah, she's dead. So
dead.
let's talk about that a little bit. So we've got the big bad, is this like Scottish maniac punk rocker dude,
His name's Saul.
Saul Kane
Saul, who is the son of the doctor who
was working on a
was
cure.
working on a cure, and
Turns
he got
out there isn't one.
Yeah.
He got locked behind the wall.
so he's got daddy
Yeah.
issues.
Mhm.
And that actor also played the cave crawlers in The Descent.
Get out.
Oh, okay.
I can see it.
This, this also had like Borderlands vibes to it. You know,
Sure.
Borderlands, the video game.
I think this was before Borderlands.
Was it?
Pre-Borderlands.
Okay, I don't know when that game came.
Borderlands might have copied from this movie.
It's possible. But yeah, so they're kind of like the government people. They go to Scotland because they're told to go in there and find the cure and then bring it back.
Well, the satellites that they had over there saw people.
Yeah, like
And how it didn't see these thousands of gangbangers decades before that, I don't understand.
They just had a satellite trained on like one bridge.
Yeah.
And they saw like 3 people and they were like, they're survivors. There has to be a cure.
Right.
Send in 2 troops.
Yeah.
go get us go get us the formula or somebody who's immune so they can make a thing from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole thing, we're sending in like the Marines or Special Forces guys and that kind of like tank thing.
And they had Hudson and Hicks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was Aliens.
Yeah,
it was straight out of Aliens, dude.
Like Neil Marshall flat out says, is like, okay, this is the alien scene.
Yeah. Game over, man.
I could hear the music. I could hear the music in my
Those
head.
things were far too easy to break in.
Oh, those tanks were garbage.
You just went tink tink and the window exploded.
Yeah, like an armored tank with like filled with troopers, and they like throw a glass bottle at it, it just blows up.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm just gonna shoot this wooden arrow at this possibly wooden like bulletproof.
Cardboard freaking cutout thing. Yeah. The driver of that thing got it the worst. Just the arrow right through the neck while she's driving. It was
right.
Well,
this movie does not hold back.
The other guy tries to save a girl, puts her in like the fucking quarantine area, starts driving away, and she like breaks out and slashes his throat.
Yeah. This movie's brutal.
Yep.
But they send these guys in, and it just goes south real quick.
Yep.
They get ambushed. Everybody dies except for like 3 people.
Yeah.
And then they get captured. And the hot Viper chick with the tattoos on her face is like the #1 goon who's like after them and doing all this stuff. And she's the one who barbecues their friend, which is a gruesome scene.
I was like, why wouldn't you strip him first? I don't want a nice
charred nylon on
slice
your
of beef encased in leather.
Humans are more like pork.
I keep asking myself if I would.
Fine. That's really what you're going to quibble with me about?
It's like if I'm starving, could I eat,
could you eat
some Alex jerky?
Some Alex jerky? Me?
I don't know.
Doesn't your body reject it?
I don't know.
I've heard stories about like people who have done that to other people, like cannibals who have like tried to like sneak it under other people's food and they get like violently ill, like your body will reject it.
I think that's a myth to stop people from eating other people.
Oh, really? That sounds about right. You heard it here. So go out there and eat your neighbor.
Jude fell for the psyop, Alex.
It was a psyop, dude. They just
I wasn't going to do it anyway.
Dr. Fauci's up there. Yeah, eating people will make you sick. Don't do it.
Probably would.
I know I saw a news story where somebody was like, and they were every time I ate at their house, I got violently ill.
Of course.
Well, there's always that thing from It's Always Sunny with the hunger, where it's like if you eat another human being, like your body becomes addicted to.
I also
such a weird thing.
I get violently ill at Olive Garden. So
they must be spiking those meatballs, man.
but what's funny about like the gang members in this movie? So like Neil Marshall based them on the Warriors. So he was like this cannibal gang are basically like, in fact, he actually dressed up some of the extras as people from the different gangs in the Warriors.
Nice.
Movie.
I did see Braveheart.
Yeah, they had the blue paint. Yeah,
he got a really good run over.
Yeah, he literally ran him over.
Yeah,
full scene. Showed the whole thing.
Yeah,
gruesome.
Then that's what I like about this movie.
What's that? Tell me more about it.
That they go full.
Yeah.
Full hardcore, just in your face gore.
It's
wild.
It's like RoboCop.
The barbecue, the running over. Arrows through the throat.
I also like the Thunderdome moment where Saul comes out and he's got like strippers on poles.
Oh yeah, no, dude, it was a rock show.
Yeah,
that dude was a badass. I would have followed him.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, that guy, he's badass.
He's got the gimp hanging on
the gimp from Pulp Fiction in this movie.
Yes.
God,
and it's just like jamming.
It's just he's hanging on a wall, chained up. He's just like, yeah, man,
this music rocks.
well, they also Mad Max the Gimp, where they like mount him on like
the front they mounted him on the front of the car.
Yeah.
God, this movie is so bad.
It's all of the things.
It's everything.
How did this movie not make money? I blame bad marketing. It had to have been bad marketing.
I don't know. I saw the trailer for it and I was like, I'm watching that.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know how people didn't see this movie. It's amazing.
It is pretty wild.
It is the wildest
movie. If it had been set in the US, people would have been like, "Oh fuck yeah, I gotta see that
Well,
disaster
because-
movie for America." Because fuck those Americans.
Yeah, because it's Scottish
It's in
people.
Scotland.
And everybody's
people were
like,
"Oh, don't."
No, the Scottish people are so
no."
hospitable. There's no way they would
Yeah.
turn into rioting cannibals.
No.
Well, go invoke prima nocta. See what happens.
Yeah, right.
All men must die.
Where were we going with that?
I
I,
don't
can't
know.
remember where
I
we
don't
were. We were headed in
How
a
did it
direction.
not make all of the money?
No, it was something else. We were talking about the movie.
The Gimp.
The
I feel like
the
we're
cannibals.
I feel like we're just gushing about it. Really,
It's just a ridiculously fun movie. It's not good.
Like midway through the movie, it becomes like an Arthurian. Like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
well,
like
that's
medieval
We
tale.
step back in time.
So
literally through.
since
the
I've been to Scotland, I'll tell you. They start off like in Glasgow, which is the farthest south. It's right on the border of Great Britain and Scotland. It's right there. And then as they move farther north, things start to get more medieval, and there's like legitimately knights in armor,
Mhm.
but it's not like real armor. It's like janky apocalyptic armor.
Sure.
And then they end up in the castle. One of the ones, the one from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That castle is the one where they filmed that whole scene, and you can tell because on the fucking wall, when the big bad guy comes out and he's like, "Oh, tie him up and string him over there," there's a fucking gift shop this way
Yeah.
sign right behind him.
Yeah.
And it just says point this way. I'm like, "Oh, I've been there."
Yeah.
And then when they're escaping, and I don't know if this might be tongue in cheek, they might have done it on purpose, but they were escaping from that very castle after they got rid of whatever the bad guy's name was. They were running away.
Uh-huh.
And there's a big emergency exit sign as they're running down the hallway, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
That's great.
And then they at one point are chasing them through the streets of Scotland
Yeah.
in a bus, and
Yes.
in the bus window is a sign that says "out of fucking service," and they're just like, "Ah, we're gonna get you."
Viper. That's what we were talking about. Viper. How did
Yes.
she end up at the end of the movie? Okay, so they're getting captured. We're going back a little bit. This movie is chaotic, just like this
It's
podcast.
all of the things.
They get captured. They're getting in a fight, and then Femme Pliskin decapitates.
Yeah, this
Uh-huh.
whack.
Brutally decapitates the
Whack
hot
her
chick
up.
with the tattoos on her face.
I don't know how you can do that gently. I mean, it's just
So-
it is or it
Sharp knife.
isn't.
And her head is being held by the woman who's behind the cage. So her head, and if you look at it, this is a real weird thing because I had it on a freaking 75-inch TV, but she's still blinking and looking around
Ah!
as she's being held up, and she's like
Nice.
looking around like that. I'm like, whoa, I don't know how they did that, but that's wild.
Uh-huh.
She is the main love interest for the big bad guy,
Yeah.
Saul,
So
and he's so upset that his hot ass tattooed face girlfriend dies that he puts her body in a car
to ride shotgun.
to
with
ride
them.
shotgun with him, and then duct tapes her head to her
Yeah.
neck, and then like straps it to the chair. So she's just like,
And he's like talking to her the
And-
whole
oh,
time.
yeah, no,
which
he's
is
like-
why- that was why I was like, huh, I thought she died.
oh.
And then like
Well, she did.
something else happens to her
Yeah.
and her head falls back off.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, they get in an accident, right?
Yeah.
They crash the car, and her head just goes. Dup, 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 dup.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
good
we're like,
stuff.
oh yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
This movie's bonkers.
I was like, did she have a twin? Did I miss that part of the movie?
No.
What's funny is so like the very like I guess last scene of Act 2 or like whatever. It's a full blown Mad Max scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Basically, the
Yeah.
cannibal gang is chasing down our heroes who stole a Bentley.
A new, like fresh off the press Bentley.
Yeah.
This thing does not look
They
old
found
at all.
like an old military bunker with
Yeah.
a bunch of shit in
Just
it
had a
and a
Bentley.
manifest with everything that they need on it.
And a
And a
And-
Bentley.
And what's funny is that so Bentley doesn't do product placement. So the production actually had to buy 3 of those Bentleys for this scene. And apparently the Bentleys were so well made that the one that they were using for all the stunts just like
Just kept on trucking.
kept going, and they were able to actually like fix the body after like all the stunt work, and the engine and the framing were like all fine. So like they just had like these 3 pristine Bentleys, 2 of which they didn't even need.
Nice.
But it is funny because there's a stunt in this scene where basically the Bentley goes through a bus, through like the side of a bus,
Yeah.
with all these explosions and stuff like that. And the Bentley basically did the stunt, and it was like perfectly fine.
Whoa.
Like, you know, like it could keep going, it could keep driving. But when in the movie, when that stunt happens, the character of Saul, like the gang leader of the cannibals, he's on top of the roof of the Bentley.
Mhm.
And when he goes through the bus, he gets decapitated just like his girlfriend did. But the severed head just goes towards the camera. He's like, and then it hits the camera.
Yeah.
And does like a blood splatter.
Yeah. Epic.
Yeah.
Unrated version.
Oh yeah, you have to watch the unrated
This movie
version.
is just,
It wouldn't be nearly as fun if it was the rated.
oh God,
version.
can you imagine this movie on TV? Like TBS,
No.
right? Like just edit everything
It'd be
out.
30 minutes long.
Yeah, it'd be super short. Like this movie goes so hard. It's surprising
Yeah.
that
And that
No,
might be why
Are you
it didn't-
hungry? Try a piece of your friend.
and that might be a part of why it didn't do that great.
Yeah.
It might have been too much. So
too much for the general audience.
yeah, I
but
mean Cisco
nerds
and
like
Ebert
us.
probably hated it.
Yeah.
Therefore, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it was funny because Vader was doing a watch party for this
Yeah.
movie, and I hopped in there and I was just kind of like reading the chat as I was doing other stuff. And there's a character in the movie, pretty important character, who's like a black guy.
Mhm.
And and in the chat they were like, "Man, the black guy died." This is
Oh,
back when
no.
movies actually killed black guys.
Oh, yeah.
He died. He had a hero's death though.
He did.
He went out like a soldier,
Went out like a
right?
Yeah.
champ,
But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in chat were saying like, if this movie were made today, he'd have been the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he'd be
It'd be Fem Pliskin and
Yeah.
and that guy. What was his name? I can't remember.
they'd have the nerd from Revenge of the Nerds be the main character.
Yeah.
The gay black one.
Wait, what? I've never seen the movie. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, you know.
And Bob Hoskins is in this movie too.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins is good.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie's bonkers. I don't know what else to say. We're just kind of gushing over
Yeah.
it, but it's just a bonkers ass
Yeah.
kind of shitty fun movie.
Yeah.
I gush over it in concept.
Yeah.
In execution, this movie's not very
It's
good.
not very good. No, I'm not telling you it's a good movie, but it's
It's
fun.
like if you've seen Escape from New York, you've seen this movie.
Sure.
Yep.
essentially.
Sure.
I think it'd be kind of fun to sit down and rewatch it, and we all like whenever one of us sees an influence from another movie,
It would be
We
the
shot-
whole time.
we-
It would
we
be
shut
every,
it out and
every,
write it down.
every 3 minutes.
and see,
Yeah.
but see what our end list.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be really interesting to do
Like,
that.
oh, that's from Jaws. Oh, that's
We
from
do
Yeah.
like a bingo card.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I like that idea. Bingo card for movie. Like, okay,
Yeah.
where's the influences here? Oh,
Okay.
that's the influence. Yeah, that's
We'll
it.
work on
I
it.
like that. I
Well,
like
well,
that.
We've been collaborating really good.
We do
this
a lot of
past
fun
week.
things.
Yeah.
What was our skit we were gonna do? Oh, we can't. say that on
Russians.
YouTube.
Yeah.
We can't do that skit on YouTube. That's gonna get
So
demonetized.
what's funny is like Neil Marshall, like he went on to direct like episodes of Game of Thrones. Like he was like a big TV director, and like it all started with this movie. Essentially, like he's like, I want to make a post-apocalyptic movie with everything that I loved growing up that was post-apocalyptic.
Is he Scottish?
No, I don't think he's.
Why is
Scottish.
this movie based in Scotland?
I don't
I
know.
think he's from
Because-
the UK.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
But so like the inspiration for this movie was there's like this Roman wall
Mhm.
up there in Scotland. I
It's
think.
real.
Yeah,
Adrian's
yeah.
Wall.
Adrian's Wall. And so like he used to live very close to where that wall was. He could like see it from like his apartment window or flat window, whatever you want to call it. And he just had this idea is like, I wonder what would happen if like you had modern day soldiers fighting like ancient soldiers, like
Hmm.
like knights and stuff like that. And that was the genesis of this movie. And eventually it went way far afield from that initial concept. But the whole reason that they like kind of go to this like castle and fight like, you know,
Yeah.
armored knights and stuff like that was from that original
Okay.
like, idea of his. So, but yeah, this movie, because it didn't do well, it kind of like really put a stop on his career because like he was kind of like, you know, like a hot up and coming director. And then like when this movie came out, it was just so indulgent and audiences didn't really respond to it. And so like he had to like fall back to from directing feature films to TV.
Mm.
Um,
I bet he had the best time though.
Oh, this movie looks like it would be a blast to make. Just
They also left it open for a sequel.
oh yeah. We could revisit this. Who owns the rights to this movie?
Are
I'll go back to Scotland. I know a lot of people over there that make movies.
you sure there's not like a low budget sequel?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's another Doomsday, but I don't know. I don't think it's a sequel to this movie.
Okay.
It's called Doomsday. I'm looking at criticalist.com.
Okay.
I don't think it's connected. It's 2015. Doesn't look like it's connected. Anyway, let's do a final walk around on this movie, and then we'll get into the tweet that you did the other day about people's favorite post-apocalyptic
Oh.
movies. I'm gonna rate this thing on Criticalist probably today. I gotta say, it's gonna be in the 70s. It's gonna be rad.
Mhm.
Yeah, 65 to 70 range. I'm somewhere in there. It's like a 3.5, maybe not 4-star movie. It's a little rough. Yeah, it's a little rough around the edges to be a 4-star, but it's pretty freaking fun.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to me. Entertainment value means more to me than be like polished. You know, so yeah, I'm in that range. So I'm right around there. I think It's a solid watch. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's like $3 on Amazon to rent it. You're having a good time.
79
It's free on
It's free on
Max.
Max.
Oh, it's on Max?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
Man, I gave Amazon money for nothing.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Damn.
79 cents.
How did you get that deal?
God damn
I'm
it.
special.
How'd you get that deal?
I don't know.
I paid like $3.
I don't know. It was some kind of discount.
What the hell?
Almost all my movies I get for like pennies on the dollar. It's weird.
Wow, it's weird. Must be old.
weird.
Like I feel
Over
like a
50.
I think
senior,
it's- I think-
senior. Does he have a senior discount on Amazon
No,
Prime?
no, I think it's because
AARP.
my daughter, my wife, and my mother-in-law all use the Amazon account.
Oh.
So they buy a lot of shit.
You
so
get discounts for buying more stuff.
Maybe that's the only thing I can think of.
That's fascinating. Anyway, what's your rating for this movie?
I did my criticless review last night, and
I saw that.
yeah, and I came in right where you are.
Yeah.
I'm at 71%, and I gave it 2.5 stars to start with, but then there's a really nice set of boobs in this movie.
There is
If you watch this, I think it's the unrated version. I don't know, whatever. But so extra half star.
half star.
This is at 3 stars out of 5 for me, or rad over on Criticless. It's
Yeah.
a rad movie.
Okay,
So, yeah, I'm there.
nice. Jude, first watch. What's your rating for this?
I also gave it a rad on
Nice.
Criticless. Yeah, this movie is so many things that it cannot possibly not be fun watching it. You
Mhm.
know, like you're like, okay, post-apocalyptic zombie movie, great. Nope, it's a post-apocalyptic cannibal movie. Okay, nope, pivot, and now it's that.
Yep.
It just keeps changing what movie it is, and then all of a sudden it goes back to the beginning again, and you've come full circle.
Yeah, it's got
And now
everything.
you're a different person.
Got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I grew, I cried, I laughed. I would say this is 3 out of 5. If you're hungry, why not try a piece of your friend?
Nice. Oh, I miss your old rating system. It's just like random things.
Doesn't matter.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's 3 out of 5 slivers of your friend's ass cheek.
Yeah,
Just shave
yeah.
it off a little bit.
Leather clad.
Do you guys want some? Do you guys
Roast
want some? You want some Vader bacon?
Yeah. Wagyu
I-
beef. What did you call yourself? Wagyu Vader or something like
Vader,
that?
Vader, yeah. Vader bacon.
Matt Wagyu or something.
Yeah, I can leave.
Beefcake.
Matt Wagyu 74.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, Kadish, bring some reason to this discussion. Is your rating at the 70s or you're lower than that?
I don't even know what Criticless's scale is.
Because he uses it so much.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said so much.
I do 2.
2 stars?
Yeah, 2
All right,
stars.
that's gonna be decent.
Mhm.
That's gonna be like low decent.
No,
Yeah, 45%?
no. Keep going.
Lower than that? Bogus?
Bogus. Yeah.
You're not giving this movie a bogus rating.
What the hell's wrong with you?
He hates joy. He
Ugh.
doesn't understand how to enjoy things.
He's
that's a solid 2 stars right
The
there.
denier of fun.
Whatever. Oh man, that's
No,
funny.
no, it's a 2-star movie.
Yeah.
It like the concepts are fun, the references are fun. The movie itself, not so good.
He
Yeah.
didn't get to watch it with me this week,
is true.
so
Makes a
he
difference.
didn't get to have
It does
fun
make a
and
difference.
enjoy the
Yeah, when you hear Jude
experience.
go, "Oh no!"
Oh, she said that a lot
Oh,
during Fallout.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Right on. All right.
I'm a big emoter.
So that's our general thoughts on Doomsday 2008. If you haven't seen it, if you have HBO Max, I mean, go watch it. Why not? It's
Yeah.
it's rad. So you had a tweet yesterday.
I did.
We're gonna do a little audience participation in here. You had a tweet.
You want me to share the tweet?
Yes, share the tweet. We've
So
got
I just wanted to know what some of our audience members and our people deleted what their favorite apocalypse movie was.
yeah.
And of course, I put a little Mad Max tweet on there or GIF, and I'm losing my train of thought.
I bet. I can see that. You want me to do it for you?
No, anyway, I just asked
End of
what
the
people.
world movies.
I
What
just
is your
asked-
favorite?
Yes,
Don't interrupt him.
yeah, that. Please, go ahead.
I don't know what
I just lost my train of thought.
Would you take a goddamn picture for me? Because I love hanging out with you and I want to show my fucking friends.
Shut up.
Vader can't handle it.
I'm gonna go.
Oh
I'm
god.
gonna
All right.
go home.
All right. So we've got a tweet on the official Salty Nerd Podcast Twitter account or X account, whatever you want to call it. We were talking about post-apocalyptic movies and as part of our theme on the podcast tomorrow. Do you have a favorite apocalypse setting movie? What is it? The first one from Ragged Man 74. Is he related to you? He says Doomsday.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, he puts a poster. It's Doomsday.
Nice.
A full spectrum of post-apocalyptic what if with a badass, hot as fuck female lead way before the forced female girl boss woke bullshit got into the every Hollywood movie. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, 2018. We got Book of Eli from Adam Krigler. What's up, Adam? Thanks, man. Book of Eli is it's pretty decent. Mad Max, of course.
Denzel
Washington, Book of Eli. Mad Max and Idiocracy, both.
Idiocracy.
Way different
Yeah.
parts of the spectrum, though. Mad Max is over here. Idiocracy is like a comedy, way over here.
Yeah.
It's actually more of a documentary.
Nowadays, we're getting close. We're getting scarily, frighteningly close. Scarily is not a word, is it? Scarily a word?
Yeah, scarily is a
Yeah,
word.
okay. Another one for Mad Max. Some foreign film. It's called The Last Battle, but it's in French. I don't know what that means.
Ugh.
Yeah. The Quiet Earth, 1985 in New Zealand. That sounds like right up your alley. That's a film nerd thing. And inspired by the world, The Flesh of the Devil. 1959. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely
There's a lot of good movies in this
a nerd.
thread.
Oh, we got somebody who put a full 10 list in here.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna read this. Brett Bailey tweeted top 10. Road Warrior.
Mhm.
28 days later, The Road. That's a
Oh, the
that's
road
a-
is so dark.
that is a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
The Matrix, Shaun of the Dead, love
Yep.
that movie.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, also good. Dawn of the Dead, great. Day of the Dead, also great.
Yeah.
Wall-E, which not everybody considers post-apocalyptic, but
Oh,
it is.
It is,
It is.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
And that is a solid flick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Night of the Comet.
None of the comments. Is that post-apocalyptic?
Yeah.
Is it?
Comet killed everybody.
The
It's the apocalypse.
The comet is the apocalypse?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Armageddon.
Yeah, zombies.
Armageddon took place before the apocalypse.
Okay, that's more of a disaster movie, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's apocalypse.
This is the end.
I don't think I've seen that.
Seth Rogen.
Oh,
Jay
yes. When he
Frank.
gets together with all his actor friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Def Row just tweeted back Day of the Trifids, 1981.
Hmm.
What does that sound? Is that somebody talking?
It's Vader.
Is it?
What am I doing?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you didn't put your ear.
It is in.
Oh, is it?
No,
Okay.
it's weird. Yeah, the Matrix counts for sure. Anyway, let's see the
Rain
chat.
of Fire.
Rain of Fire, Nadia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nadia and Smitty Snippets. What's up, Smitty?
Hey.
Rain of Fire, legitimately amazing movie.
Yeah.
I love that 2020 election.
I'm,
LOL.
I'm with Nerdy Neo. That movie sucked.
You don't like what?
It's not a good movie.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna ask you to just start keeping your opinions to yourself.
You've been asking me that since we met, my dear.
Yeah. Equilibrium. Equilibrium counts. It's a post-apocalyptic.
Is it post-apocalyptic?
Yeah,
I
because
thought it was just a dystopian future.
maybe. He has us playing on the computer outside of the office. Did you turn it off? Okay, thank you. I was like, I can hear myself, but like 10 seconds delayed. It's super weird. Class of 99. Is that a movie?
Did he pull a quarter black?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess is that what is going on?
Yeah, it's all good. Oblivion. I don't know if I feel about Oblivion, Smitty. I'm not sure about that one.
Oblivion's a boring movie.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's okay.
It's one of Tom Cruise's few misfires, I think.
Yeah, it's a visually good movie. Daybreakers. I don't know what that is. Nadia. Nadia's just popping off in the comments like crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Ooh,
The
Daybreaker
Postman.
The Postman.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite movies.
The Postman
Yeah.
is one of your favorite movies.
I do. I love that movie.
What?
I'm with Vader. I actually think it's a pretty good movie.
oh.
Whoa.
Just because you don't know what's good.
It gets a lot of flack. It gets a lot of unfair
Well,
flack.
excuse the goddamn out of my French.
How dare you talk shit about the Postman?
Postman is a good movie. All right. Planet of the Apes. Excellent choice. Yeah.
Warm Bodies.
I don't know.
It's like
It's
romantic.
a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
cheesy. It's a rom-com in like a weird, creepy way.
It still counts.
I don't know about
I
that.
can like what I like.
Yeah, you can. Doomsday's good though. All
I
right.
do love Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead's great.
Yeah.
What other post-apocalyptic
Which one
movies?
though? The original or the Snyder cut?
I love the Snyder one.
Yeah. I like the Snyder one too.
So when that movie first came out, the trailer gave me nightmares and I woke up and I was like, I gotta go see this movie.
Whoa. You know what? It's not post-apocalyptic, but a movie that gave me nightmares that I still remember. I don't dream very often. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say on a podcast.
My son
but
never dreams.
I don't dream.
Yeah.
Rarely, ever. When I do, and if I do, I never remember it. It's always like, oh yeah, I think I had a dream last night, but I don't remember details. It's a weird thing that I just don't do. But I remember when I was a kid, there was a I think I've told this story before. There was like a Sega Genesis commercial for Aliens, the game.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that commercial has this kid playing his video game in a dark room with the screen just lighting his face. He's just play the newest Aliens game on Sega Genesis, whatever that commercial is, right? But in the background, he hears the door open. He goes, "Oh, Mom, can I have a snack?" And then the alien hand comes up and grabs him on the shoulder. He's like, "Mom, I'm playing a game." And he looks back, and it's the alien. That
Awesome.
freaking commercial gave me nightmares for years.
I think that commercial was for the Atari Jaguar.
Was it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm
we-
just making up
We
Sega
actually,
Genesis. I don't know.
So like we've clipped that out, and you can find it on our channel somewhere.
Yeah, I remember
think we
telling that
have talked
story.
about that before, yeah.
That's the only movie that gave me like nightmares.
Yeah,
that
we
I
actually
remember.
found the old commercial and clipped it in as we
Yeah,
were telling your
yeah.
story.
I don't remember that.
You know, it's
The
been a
big
while.
surprise.
It's been
I'm
a long
old.
time.
I'm old and dumb. I can't talk. So,
I
you know.
always dream, and my dreams are like wild and like super vivid, and like
Yeah.
I wake him up
Yeah,
all the
Jude
time.
has lots of
like,
night terrors.
You think I emote while I'm awake? You should see me when I'm asleep.
She's randomly in the middle, like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I don't know if I would be able to live with you, Jude. You trying to sleep, all of a sudden, be like, "Ah!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. I can't do it. I had to. My wife had to stop watching Law and Order SVU. Should have stopped watching the show because she would have nightmares every night. And I'm like, you got to stop. This is ridiculous. She's like, I thought somebody's coming in the house and raping me. And I'm like, stop watching that show.
I know, right?
It's crazy.
So, we all have to wake our wives up when they're screaming in their sleep.
It's happened.
I do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have to do it anymore because I don't let her watch scary things.
You take the easy way
The
out.
scariest thing that we've watched recently, because I watched Fallout with her. I'm like, hey, babe, we're going to watch this show together. I don't care if you like it or not. We're going to sit down and we're going to watch this movie together. And she watched all 4 episodes with me. I think she's into it. It's a little gruesome for her, but she's into it. And we're going to talk about Fallout, the first 4 episodes here in a few minutes. Is there anything else we have? We got about 15 minutes. You guys want to talk to the chat? What do you want to do until the second hour?
We've been talking to the chat, haven't we?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh,
Resident Evil absolutely counts.
Love
Yeah.
and Monsters is a good
We
one.
need to tell people to hit that thumbs up button.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Do the spiel. You're better at
I
that.
don't know the spiel. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well, because
Yeah.
we need the support and would love for you to join us.
All right.
So I don't know. Was that what you wanted?
We want some more memberships.
Yeah. We're
Memberships.
looking for those 10 memberships for this live stream. Join up if you are extra salty or above. We're going to get a live stream right after this special just for you guys, where we're going to debate.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what's better, binging or streaming week to week.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I prefer later. What else was I say? Oh yeah, Patreon. Just another quick mention. Patreon does now have a free account status, so you can jump in there for free and check out some of our content. We're going to be doing polls and blog posts and other crazy stuff over there. So join up on Patreon for free, and then if you want, you can also get our commentaries piecemeal together. Like, you don't have to be a monthly membership. You could just one-off a commentary. We've done Masters of the Universe, which is awful. We've done Hackers, which is amazing, and we've done Pacific Rim with our resident, our guest host, Blaine from Criticalist.com. He came in, and it's his favorite movie ever, so we had to watch it with him, and it was a great time. So that'll be available later this month as well for purchase. So head over to saltynerdclub.com and grab your stuff. We've got 5 gifted memberships from Major Chai Chai, getting us halfway to our goal. Thank you so much, man. That is amazing. 5. That's so generous. 5 memberships from Major Chai Chai. If you have been gifted that membership, make sure to thank Major Chai Chai in the comments, and check out our library of content that we have available to you now that you've accepted that gift. Man Squatch. That's a great name.
It's
by
a
the
super
way.
chat up there.
Is there? Oh, I missed the super chat. Oh, my bad. I'm so bad at this job. I just like this Man Squatch name. Masters of the Universe can't be awful. As Dolph Lundgren,
No, it's
Tom
awful.
Paris. It's
awful.
really bad. But yes, it does have all those people. $1.99 from Foxhound. Thank you, sir. £1.99 sterling. That's real money. Enjoy Fallout. Bonkers. Hell dive soon, brothers.
Here we go. The wrong hand.
I don't know which hand it is. Shit. I'm not a good hell diver. I don't know which one it is. We're just fisting each other in there. Yeah, man. Helldivers is the shit. I haven't played in a couple days.
I haven't
itching.
either.
I'm itching, dude. There's a new major order coming out today, and I'm like, ooh, gotta get to it. I will be on probably later tonight. Nadia says she bought Helldivers, but never played it yet. Get on it, Nadia.
It's not for girls.
It absolutely is.
It's not for
It's
girls.
everybody. Everybody can
Look,
plant freedom
look.
seeds, man.
No such thing as girl gamers. Okay? They don't exist. They're not real. Just telling you that now. Girl gamers are fake.
Girl gamers are fake.
They're all
They're just
fake.
AI generated.
They're just, tit streamers playing video games. That's what they are. Okay. So
I can't say that shit when I'm drinking water, man. I'm gonna spit all over my computer.
I know I twisted Nadia
Oh,
once.
what the fuck? Friendly fire, Vader.
Oh, Vader went hard on Nadia a
I-
couple
I
times.
was- I was- I-
because of her Baldur's Gate stuff.
Oh, well, you're in her stupid tiefling. Yeah.
Oh,
It's not real Dungeons and Dragons these days either.
you're like, that's so gay.
It's Dungeons and Woke Dragons.
No, Nadia, join us for Hell Diving.
Huh?
Safe spaces and woke dragon.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's nonsense. D&D sucks now.
Fluffy
I don't
Panda
know why
says.
so many people play it.
Fluffy Panda says, I have Helldivers, but I can't play it because my laptop is older than Katish. He's not even the oldest person in the room.
Mm,
Oh, speaking of which,
Oh,
I dusted off my old Xbox 360 and Wii.
nice.
nice.
And we're setting it up in the playroom for the kids to start playing. Our kid was in awe of how many games I had.
Yeah.
He didn't even know. It's like it just unlocked the chest full of games. and
Pretty
he's just like,
much.
oh
There's
my god!
a ton.
Was it? Did
I
the,
was in awe.
did light come out? And he just went, oh.
You guys know my DVD collection?
Yeah.
It rivals that.
Whoa.
Where have you been hiding all these
Insane.
things?
In the hutches.
Oh,
Just
Sporadically
Just
throughout the house, wherever I
hidden.
could fucking shove them.
you knew about it?
I told my
Yeah.
wife yesterday that I want to take, you guys know my little nerd room.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about buying a 55-inch TV and putting it behind me and attaching consoles to it.
There you go.
So I can just like spin around in my chair and play console games or spin around this way and play PC games.
Nice.
But I don't know. I had to buy a console first. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to buy.
Isn't your computer like super great?
No.
Can't you just play anything on your
It's
computer?
3 years old.
That's not that old.
Yeah, it's pretty old. 3 years is time to get a new one in a computer world.
That's so crazy to me. That's why that is what keeps the PC master race from just usurping everybody.
Yeah.
It's like you have to update it
Technology
every
update,
year.
bro.
But I can play a PS4 and I can play it for 30 years and it still works. But
But-
the plays
But the computer I buy
it's so
this
annoying.
year to replace my old one, it'll be 10 times more powerful than
Yeah.
my last one
And-
for probably cheaper.
And in a year it'll be absolute.
No,
Not absolute. Was it obsolete? That's
you
the
just
right
got to
word.
keep up with the technology.
Yeah, you gotta buy a $3,000 gamer freaking graphics card to keep your computer worthy. It just
It's all part
doesn't
of
make
it.
any sense.
Whatever.
It just doesn't make any
Whatever
sense.
console guy.
I'm not a console guy. I'm a PC guy. I prefer PC. I'm just frustrated that they don't know how to properly compete.
Technology advances.
Like, if
So
I can-
everything upgrades.
If I could get a PC and then every couple of years get a new graphics card for cheaper than I could buy a console, 100%.
What about a Stream Deck?
I don't even know what that is.
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. Oh, that one that Blaine had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a mobile gamer.
Yeah.
I don't like playing games on small screens. I need to have like a
I think you can
Screen.
connect it to a big screen if you wanted.
like a Nintendo
yes,
Switch.
yes, you can.
Oh,
Believe you can.
I don't know. I
Uh,
haven't looked into the Steam Decks, but I've had a Steam account since I was like 12. All right, 3 years. I was on the same PC for 12 years. Vader, LOL. Nadia says consoles are greater than PC. Nadia, your boyfriend Henry Cavill would disown you for that. I just want you to know that. I can play NHL 96 on my desktop in current day. I can play 1992 Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis on my PC.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's badass.
I don't know.
all
I
right.
don't know. Okay.
We're at our peak viewership, so we're going to talk about Fallout. Fallout, the first 4 episodes. Does anybody have a synopsis for this thing? Did anybody do the homework
He
on
always
that?
does the shows.
Yeah, you always do the shows.
I don't have a synopsis.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
I'm going to try and wing this.
Well,
Forgive me
I
if I
can
miss something.
IMDb it.
Yeah, that's lame though. IMDb sucks. Oh, I wonder what the synopsis is on Criticlist. That's an interesting question. That I'm really all right. Let's find out. Let's find out what it says. I'm gonna go to criticalist.com right now and type in.
So just so the audience knows, we're reviewing the first half of
Yeah.
the season, and then we're going to review the second half next Tuesday, and just kind of go over the entire season as a whole.
I'm going to read you the synopsis on IMDb for the first episode. It goes like this. Okie dokie.
Nice. Really?
Sounds about right.
That's funny. Okay, so on this is a weird synopsis, but on Criticalist it says the story of haves and have-nots in a world in which there's almost nothing left to have. 200 years after the apocalypse, the gentle What is that word?
You're doing too much.
The what? Denizens.
Denizens? I don't know what that word is.
It means people like who are living there.
Okay. Denizens of luxury fallout shelters are forced to return to the This is bullshit.
All right, I'll break it down. for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
I
there-
knew we could force them to do it.
so there's an alternate history here where after World War II, the entire planet embraced nuclear power
Mm.
and basically never advanced past the 1950s in terms of like culture. So there's a very retro aspect to this. And essentially the biggest company to emerge during this time was called Vault Tech.
Yeah.
And this was a company that basically, because nuclear power was so prevalent, they created these things called vaults, which were basically very elaborate nuclear fallout shelters.
I want one.
All over the United States.
Yeah.
And in this alternate history, it's not Russia, it's China that America starts having, a Cold War with. And there's like a lot of conspiracies going around, but eventually there's a nuclear war where America and China basically just nuke the planet. And the people who are in the vaults, who basically paid their way to get in there, have been dwelling in the vaults for about 200 years. And at the start of the Fallout games and the TV show, there's always one person from the vault who ventures out into what's now called the wasteland, which is the surface. And they run into basically all types of like mutants and monsters and bad people. And with this show, basically it's written and produced by Jonathan Nolan. He directed the first 3 episodes. He's Christopher Nolan's brother, also responsible for Westworld and Person of Interest. And basically we're following 3 characters throughout the wasteland, which is the vault dweller. I forget her name. Lucy. Then we have a knight in the Brotherhood of Steel, Maximus.
Yep.
And Brotherhood of Steel is kind of like this organization that has like power armor.
Yeah, they're kind of like religious Templars, basically,
Yeah,
in the future.
Knights Templars,
Yeah.
but they're based around technology as opposed to like religion.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Ghoul, who's kind of like this mercenary who has been affected by radiation and stuff like that. So these 3 come together over a bounty of a man who basically stole some technology that could be the key to saving the world. And it's just kind of about how they come together and deal with this obstacle. And if anyone's ever played the Fallout game, it's very it's very much in line with like a typical Fallout game.
Yeah, it's the quest. You have to go search for somebody. Usually in a Fallout game, it's a family member or some sort, and they leave the vault, and you have to go after them and find out what happened to them, whether they got kidnapped or whatever.
And in this first episode, Lucy's father gets kidnapped, and she's like, "I'm going to go find him." So she goes out on her own.
Well, it starts off with her saying, like, I haven't been able to find a viable husband in our vault. I would like to propose to have like a trade with another vault, the vault next door. They're going to give me a husband. We'll give them a bunch of crops.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah, it was an even trade. So there's
Yeah.
always 3 vaults in a sector or whatever you want to call it.
Not always. This one in particular just had like 3 that they would.
Don't they always group them up together?
Nope, not in the game.
I mean, I watched the wrong YouTube video.
but it's funny because Lucy starts off and she's just like, that you can only make out with your cousin for so long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was so fun
because
because
they needed some fresh blood in the DNA pool.
yeah. So like they're stuck
Otherwise,
in the
you
vault.
end up on sea, and that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a little
story.
weird.
Yeah, what is it? The blood runs thick.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We got
Burlap twins.
God,
God, I miss them.
Oh God,
But anyway, so
Baxter's, right? Was it the Baxter?
Yeah.
Baxter something or other.
I
God,
think
what a
so.
ridiculous show that was.
So the good people from Vault 32 come on over, and they bring their hunk with them. Lucy marries them,
Mhm.
and as they are consummating their marriage, and everyone's distracted, the Vault dwellers start massacring everyone.
Yeah, the people from the
taking
other
over.
vault. It turns out that they were actually from the surface, and
Yep.
they infiltrated the other vault, and then faked their way into this one.
Yeah.
And start killing everybody in mass. Lucy's new husband tries to murder her in their own house.
Yeah.
And she barely escapes. Like
Yeah.
it was rough
Yeah.
for a minute, but it was funny because I'm watching this with my wife, and my wife has zero context for anything. I've played half of one of the games, but I've been doing a research lately just to kind of get my head wrapped around the whole world and everything. But there's a scene where Lucy gets stabbed in the gut by her husband, and it's like a frickin' it's a knife.
Yeah.
Right. It is not. You're not messing
It's
around
a
with this
knife.
thing. It's a knife. It's like a Crocodile Dundee type thing. She gets stabbed all the way to the hilt,
Mhm.
and then she freaking pulls it out. She escapes barely by like hitting him with a piece of glass, and
She
it,
gives
like,
herself a shot.
but that's the joke though. Is like it's a syringe and a med kit. She shoots it in herself, and then she's like fine the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And they're called stem packs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And my wife is like, that's so stupid. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. That's from the game. Like, you can have your arm blown off. You stem pack it. You're fine.
That's not the worst thing that happens while Lucy is with her new husband, though.
Yeah. Well,
So immediately after they have sex, they're laying there, they're like
Oh.
snuggling, and he gets up and he walks over to the window and he wipes his dick off with the curtain. Immediately, I was like, "Here's a bad guy. He's gonna try to kill her."
Yeah, that's not cool.
and she,
So gross.
it's super girl. My wife did the same thing. She's like, oh. He walks over the
Not
curtain,
cool.
wipes his dick off with the curtain, and then just stands there naked.
Yeah, he doesn't have any points into charm.
No, Lucy's just sitting there going like, well, that was weird.
Yeah.
My cousin never did that before.
Yeah.
But what's great about
Go
the
ahead.
show is basically like you got a couple different storylines going on. So there's this mystery about what's happening in the vaults, and Lucy's brother is kind of at the forefront of that. And by the way, that actor was on Jean-Claude Van Johnson. He was the guy with all the dreadlocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
So like you got that story going on. Then you have like this story with the Brotherhood of Steel.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And that's Maximus's story. And basically, like he becomes a squire to one of the knights, and the knight played by Michael Rappaport, basically like
That's who it was. I
Yeah.
was like, is that Chris Penn?
Dude, no, it was the knight, his Titus or whatever his
Titus,
name is.
yeah.
Dude, I was watching it as soon as he took his helmet off, and I was like, oh, it's discount Bill Burr.
Right.
Okay.
It's 100% discount. Oh, you fucking idiot! Why'd you do that to me? You're the reason why I'm dying. God damn it! Why you gotta be so fucking stupid? I'm like, oh, it's Bill
Yeah.
Burr.
but he basically gets killed by a mutated bear.
Mhm.
And so Maximus takes over and steals his identity.
Just
Basically,
sits there and lets him
Right.
die.
Oh, I would too, dude.
Yeah.
The guy was like,
Look,
when you get back, you're gonna get crucified. You're gonna freaking die.
They're gonna kill you. For this. Yeah.
They're gonna hang you up, and I'd be like, well, I
Guess
guess
I'll
you're
take
not.
my chances out here.
Guess you're not making it
Nah.
back then, buddy.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Go ahead, V.
Maximus is like the worst. I think he's a bad person.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I think.
Do you think he?
You know,
Okay, so we need to back up a little
Okay.
bit.
yeah.
So he's in the training camp basically, and
Yeah.
he's being recruited to become a squire for one of the knights in
Mhm.
armor. And there's like a battle going on amongst all the squires. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, who's going to be the one who's chosen next? And his friend, I don't remember her name, but his friend.
They-
No, I disagree with you on that.
they-
G.I.
they-
Jane.
It's not they.
So
It's
they-
GI. No, I did. Okay, listen. There's a.
Okay, settle the fuck down.
There's a.
It's a girl with a short haircut in the military.
Yeah.
Move on.
Thank you.
There
you.
you
I
go.
got zero transgender nonsense out of that character whatsoever. It was never mentioned. She never came off like that.
Right.
She's.
the Red Priest did refer to them as
They did.
What are you talking
he,
about?
He used the proper
Yep.
pronoun.
Oh no.
I don't understand. Like, was he specifically talking about one person, or was he
Yes.
talking about the whole group?
No, he was talking about that specific
is true.
person. It was when he was interrogating Maximus,
Uh huh.
and he referred to them as they very specifically.
It's true.
Shit.
True story. Sorry, man.
Well, other than that, I didn't notice
But
anything.
yeah,
I missed that line of dialogue, and I was like, it's just a
Let's
chick.
get
with a-
totally fucking derailed over it anyway. She's
Well, we
in
have to
one
bring it up.
fucking episode.
And she wanted to see it. Anyway, she gets chosen to be the squire for the guy in armor. I'm gonna say she. I don't give a fuck. And when she's getting ready in the
Right.
morning one day, she puts her boots on, but there's razor blades
Mhm.
inside her boot, and it fucks her leg up. Like she
Yep.
cannot be the squire anymore. And the next person in line was him, but they think he did it, and it's never said. He looked surprised,
I think he totally did it.
and I was like, I don't know if he did that or not.
I feel like Maximus is just one of these guys who's trying to cheat his way through life because he's not a nice person.
Hmm.
I'm 100% sure that he did the razor blades.
Okay.
You know, he let Titus die.
Well, that
He's,
was an
he's
asshole,
just
though.
fucking squire.
Yeah, but
He should, if he wasn't an asshole, he would have like used his training to try to save the guy.
Also,
don't think
he's
so?
not a good squire.
No,
The
he's a terrible
squire
squire.
that he gets to replace him because
Is
they
way
think he
better.
died.
I guess-
He's
I
like,
guess-
oh Lord, Titus, what can I do to serve you? And Maximus shows up and he's like, oh, well, you're kind of a dick.
You know, he branded the squire that got sent in that he faked his way through and only told him his name afterward. You know, that's kind of a dick move, right? You're going to brand somebody and then tell him.
what? Are you a couple episodes ahead?
I think I might have had an episode.
Oh shit!
I'm
dude.
sorry,
God
but I
damn
thought
it,
that was
Peter.
before. But yeah, I
You're
just
having a
think
stroke.
I'm not having a stroke. I think Maximus.
Keep going. Keep going.
I think Maximus is just
He's a piece of shit.
he's just a piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
I'm still on the fence with him.
I don't,
Because I'm like, I
think he makes ambiguously immoral choices
Okay.
in life,
That's
and I don't think it makes a good squire.
it's interesting. I like that. I like where you're coming from.
I think he does things to further his own.
Well,
existence.
I totally would have killed Bill Burr though.
Yeah,
What's interesting about Maximus is that he has the he was saved as a child by a knight of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Mhm.
And so he always had this dream of like becoming a knight so he could protect people. And throughout the
Right.
first 4 episodes, at least that we saw, like he always he'll be in situations where he knows that, the wise thing to do would be to basically run away or whatever,
Mhm.
but he stands and fights. And so like he saved Lucy, he fought the ghoul.
Yep.
He saved his squire, even though the squire was the guy who was like kind of picking on him when he was like at the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like there are these moments where basically there are these ideas, and what's interesting is like, so like Lucy as a vault dweller is kind of like the epitome of like
She's
what it means
naive.
to be a
Yeah.
good person in this post.
Yeah, like Americana, naive.
And then you
good
have
person.
the ghoul who's on the opposite side where he's like the worst person.
Right.
And then you have Maximus in between where he's trying to decide like, which side does he fall on? Is he a good person or is he a surface dweller that
See,
just has
man,
no morals?
now I'm okay.
Does it make sense?
We have the good, the bad, and the neutral.
ugly.
But
So Maximus is supposed to be the neutral guy that we're not supposed to know if,
Well, I
if
don't.
he did it or doesn't or really gives a shit about anybody but himself. And that's what I
Yeah,
get from him.
I get. So
I just don't.
once he gets the armor in like episode 2, or I think it's episode 2. He has this idea of what being a knight in the what is it, Brotherhood of Iron, Brotherhood of Steel is. He has this idea of what it's going to be, but he realizes the reality of it is these guys are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And he rejects that, and he wants to be like the quintessential knight in shining armor who goes and just runs around and Robin Hoods and helps people and does all the good stuff. So I think he has an idea of what he wants to do, but the way he's getting to it is a little messed up.
Probably.
But I think overall, if you were to like have I don't know, there's a meter in the game sometimes where you're like a good versus bad person. I think he's leaning more on the good side.
yeah, but so the storylines going on in the show, you have Lucy who's searching for her kidnapped father. You have Maximus who's basically been who took over the identity of like
Titus. Yeah.
and is trying to complete the mission that was
Mhm.
given to him. And then you have the ghoul who he's like a bounty hunter, but at the same time he has a very integral backstory with like what happened that led to the apocalypse.
Can we talk about Walton Goggin for a minute?
Sure.
Dude, I fucking love this guy. He's good in everything.
Everything.
He is, as the ghoul in the post-apocalyptic, like 200 years in the future. Amazing. He's really good at playing that kind of crazy little skewed cowboy, right? He did it in Django Unchained. He's got that character down. He did it in Hateful Eight. But his previous, before the apocalypse, that whole storyline where he becomes the face of Vault Tech and he's like doing he's the one who came up with that. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I
I love
know
that
it's
too.
not necessarily game accurate. They're kind of playing around a little bit. I don't know if that's following exactly how the Vault Tech history went and all that stuff, but it is so fascinating to see this character, like a Hollywood actor who's like selling his soul to make money and to do the thing. And he's like working for Vault Tech now, whatever. And he hates it and he doesn't like what he's become. And then there's gaps. I know they're going to fill it in later in the season, but right now there's a big gap in the middle of the story where we don't know everything.
I love how they're using his story to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
And give us the backstory.
It's so good. And then,
because
the idea,
I mean, his character is just intriguing because
yeah,
he's the ghoul, the
Mhm.
actor. 200. He's 200 years old now.
Yeah.
So us learning about why and how and
Yeah.
this guy's exists and it's pretty cool.
The reason why he feels the way
Yeah.
he does as a ghoul is because he knows, like,
Right.
I almost feel like he has like a weight of responsibility on him for causing the world around him. And he's just like, oh, shit. Like, I feel like he feels guilty about it. I may be wrong. I may be completely off base, but I feel like his actions working for Vault Tech in the past is a direct relation to what the world looks like right now.
Totally disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, talk to me. Tell me why.
So I think that his humanity has just been stripped away. When shit went down, he was like the face of the vaults. He was going through some rough times. They didn't really talk about it yet up until like I've only seen the first 4 episodes.
Yeah,
so
same.
they haven't really gone into like what was going on. I assume he was going through a divorce or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his daughter and he rides off into the sunset to try to escape the fallout. And obviously his daughter is dead. He becomes a ghoul, and he was the face of all of the vaults. He didn't get a vault. He had to just survive and be a surface dweller and watch his daughter die. And so all of his humanity has been stripped away. So people who got the privilege of surviving in a vault, fuck them. 'Cause he didn't get to save his daughter.
Well,
Okay.
Also, the fourth storyline is the Vault conspiracy, which Lucy's brother is kind of like investigating.
Yeah.
They didn't reveal this in the show yet. I don't want to spoil it for Jude, but some fucked up shit happens with the vaults. And I cannot wait because
Okay.
it's just the type of conspiracy shit that you would love.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So when it comes to how accurate this thing is to the games,
Oh, wait, before you say that, please don't spoil it in the chat either, because I am watching the chat. And so please don't spoil anything for me. Please continue, babe.
so this show is so game accurate in terms of like its production design, its costumes,
It's gorgeous.
its settings, its props, its creatures. Like, it's really impressive. It feels like I'm watching cutscenes from
Right.
Yeah.
like a new Fallout video game.
Mm-hmm.
And this show is canon in the Fallout universe. And it happens on the West Coast in California. The previous games, I believe Fallout 3 was in Washington, D.C.
Yep. Fallout 2 was Boston.
Well, Fallout 76 was Boston.
About 76.
or
yeah.
Appalachia or something
Yeah.
like that. And
And then there's New Vegas.
yeah, so New Vegas. So in the Fallout universe, Vegas was the only place that didn't get ravaged by bombs. So it's like very much
It's a little hub.
yeah.
It has electricity. People are cool. It's got like a dark underbelly to it. Like there's still like some mob influence
So
happening
like
in
now
Vegas.
Vegas.
So like now Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the same.
And I believe that Fallout 4 was in Boston.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a version of Fallout in this TV show that we haven't seen in any of the games, and it is based in like Santa Monica and LA and Hollywood and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So and this is all stuff that's going on concurrent with like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and
Oh, that's
stuff
cool.
like that in the universe. So we're getting to see an expansion on the Fallout lore from Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very, very interesting show so far. But they just nail the aesthetic, like the stim packs in the game. You pop a stim pack,
And you're good.
and
It doesn't matter what it is.
like you can have like bullet wound in your chest, and it heals it.
Yeah.
But in the game, they have this kind of like targeting system that when you can target different parts of the enemy, and when you attack them, it's all slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually have this in the show where basically like at certain points it goes into like the slow motion of like people like getting killed essentially. And that's right from the game.
Yeah.
Like they did a really good job of basically paying homage to the game.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And the Brotherhood of Steel power armor looks like totally game accurate.
Yeah, that's another thing. So my wife, again, has no concept for the games or anything like that. She's watching this show and she's like, that armor looks so stupid. I'm like, I know, but it's super game accurate.
Yeah.
Like it looks just like it does in the game.
And they have like rad roaches.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
the vaults
Mhm.
look just like they are.
Everything's there. I mean, there's
I-
Easter eggs galore in this show, and I think they really pay respect a lot to the source material, which we don't see very often these days.
I just installed New Vegas last night
Did you?
on the computer. so
I heard they're gonna do a revamp of the fourth one. They're gonna re-release
I
the-
haven't played Fallout since like way back when,
Mhm.
like the very first one.
like when it's like a top view and you're just
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so, but everything I've seen of this, it looks gorgeous. It looks
Yeah.
very
Oh.
game accurate. I don't know about the canon and the lore. I think there's some kind of controversy going on.
there's a
there
bit, but I don't
about
know
something.
enough.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't know enough to really dog on it. I'm just watching it as a casual fan, going like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember
I'm not
this.
I'm not that hardcore of a fan where I know the lore enough to be able to
Yeah.
talk about whatever the problem is. So,
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, as we're watching it, Jude's constantly asking me, "Is this in the game? Is this?" In the game?
I want to know.
Most of it is, yeah.
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 I want to know.
One of the aspects about this whole world that I think people really fall in love with is that like retro futuristic 1950s vibe, but they have technology that's way advanced than what we had, because in the lore of the entire universe, like during the 60s, 50s and 60s, our history, like real history, and then there's Fallout history. It like went
Right.
they really embraced the nuclear age. Like everything was nuclear powered. That's how they got robots. That's how they got all these cars.
Cars were nuclear.
Everything was nuclear powered because they just really embraced that technology. So all that technology went way above and beyond what we had, but it was like TVs and random shit, and the style all kind of stagnated because all of the resources and energy went towards nuclear.
Culture basically stagnated.
Yeah. But that aesthetic is just so,
It's kind of cool.
it's so fun to kind of like play around in that sandbox.
Yeah,
and the show really leans in on that.
All the games and the TV show basically happened 200 years after the nukes decimated the planet. So it's been like a couple of centuries removed, and it's kind of funny because like when you're watching the TV show, one of the joys of playing the Fallout games are all these little side quests that you go on. And the show kind of like with a wink and a nod has like these like little side quests that they incorporate into it. In fact, there's a scene where Walton Goggins specifically, like he's like basically taking Lucy away after they lose the head of like the scientist guy.
Spoiler.
And
who's the head of the scientist guy?
Well, that's in the episode. That's in the 4th episode. We haven't talked about the scientist though. We need to break his story down too.
Yeah, but basically Walton Goggins says something about how like there's always some bullshit that distracts you from like your goal, and then like he takes her to like this mega mart to trade her in for like some of his medicine, and that's like textbook side quest. There from the game.
Oh, I'm low on my meds. I need to go.
Well, she says, you can't treat people like this. And he's like, why not? And she's like, because of the golden rule.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, up here on the surface, we have our own golden rule. But thou shalt get distracted by every damn thing.
by everyday bullshit.
Yeah, but I love the juxtaposed. Is that the right word? Juxtaposition for that. But it's like, he says, oh, fuck your stupid golden rule, man. Which leans into your theory about the whole, like, he has no humanity left in him. But then when it comes to her and she, like, the flip, I cannot talk. The script flips. She now has the upper hand, and she treats him well. And she goes, "Golden rule, motherfucker." Yeah. And she gives him the medicine, and then bounces. And I was like, that was such a great setup and payoff. I was like, that's freaking badass.
And
I loved it.
In this world, they have like robotics, so like robot like assistants and stuff like that. And when he trades her into the Mega Mart, this robot like fixes her finger, and like he has a British accent. He sounds very like welcoming. And she
y'all
like,
know I love robots.
and she's like, oh man, I was afraid that I was gonna be traded in and you guys were gonna rape me. And he's like, oh no, I'm just gonna harvest your organs. And he like knocks her out.
Ooh, gets the sauce.
That's real.
And he's like, this won't hurt.
It was the robot tripped me out because when it first showed up, all of a sudden I thought I was watching the vampire show.
What we do in the shadows.
What we do in the shadows.
It's Nandor, right?
Yes.
Oh, is it Nandor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so there's one more thing that we need to talk about the doctor. His little quick storyline. They had a montage about him
and his dog.
He works for the Enclave, I believe. Is that the right term?
Enclave. I think. Yeah, and the dog is straight from the video.
Straight from the video game. Yeah, gorgeous dog, by the way, too. He works for the Enclave. He's a scientist. They're training dogs. They're working with technology. I'm not 100% sure what they're doing or what the MacGuffin is that he put into his neck, which made him the high value target. It's a MacGuffin, like whatever it is.
It's the thing in his neck.
The thing in his neck. Yeah, it's the thing everybody wants.
It's the cure. It's the plan.
But they show a montage of him training this little dog, and he has a soft spot for the dog. Like, because again, this show's pretty brutal too, and I'm kind of glad my wife didn't see this part. But there was a scene where they have all these puppies, and they're breeding these puppies, and they stamp the little brand. This fucking doctor just straight up throws one into the furnace, and you hear it go, "Rrr!" and it's just like, holy shit. And then it just moves on. That's shit. Yeah, shit happens, man. This is the wasteland, buddy.
Cutthroat world.
It was wild. I was like, holy shit. I did not expect him to do that.
That was one of the, oh no.
Yeah.
Well, also, so like the way that this show is paced, it's actually a very quickly paced show. And there's a big fight scene in episode 2 where basically all the main characters come together and like fight the ghoul, essentially. And the dog, who was the protector and companion of the scientist, I think his name was Wizkit or something.
I
like
don't
that.
know.
So the dog attacks the ghoul, and the ghoul in self-defense basically takes his huge machete and just stabs it in the side. And that was another Jude. Oh no!
Oh no! Moment.
Not the dog.
Yeah. And so we thought the dog was dead, but after the dust settles and the fight's over, the ghoul sees that the dog is like still alive, and so he just puts a stim pack on it, and the dog just stands up. He's like,
Yeah. Stand back.
Yeah.
and so the dog becomes the ghoul's companion for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Because he wants to find his daddy.
Okay, so the doctor, he's got the MacGuffin. He ends up getting he gets his leg shot off by the ghoul
Yeah.
because they all kind of like meet in Philly, which is a city. I don't know. I was really confused as to what, because I haven't played the game, so I'm like Philly. I'm like Philadelphia. I thought they were on the West Coast. Like I was super
Yeah.
confused there for a minute, but I don't know what Philly is or where it might be. But
It's Hollywood.
Philly is Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's a stupid name. They all meet in this little town, and
Because that's where all the Phillies are.
yeah, whatever. I don't know what that means. The ghoul shoots the doctor's leg, and it's like brutal. Well, one of the things about the technology and the nuclear age and all that stuff, the funniest part of this whole bit is like this dude's leg is gone, like it is missing, and this
Oh.
old woman at this shop just pulls out, what is it, Jimmy's
new leg,
new leg or
Yeah.
something like
He's
that.
like, I need a new foot.
It was like Jimmy's limbs or something like that, or whatever it was. But it's the goofiest, funniest Fallout name for like a prosthetic limb. But it like it's a bucket, and she puts it over his stump, and then it like and it
Yeah.
grinds,
Oh,
and it
God.
just like chews its way into his leg, and then it like pops out a little foot, and you're like, there you go, you're fixed.
Yeah.
He's like hobbling around on this metal foot. It was the jankiest shit. It was so gruesome and terrible, but it leans into that world of Fallout that it's just like, yeah, this is terrible and also kind of cool. He explains himself to Lucy, and he's like, look, I've already taken a poisonous pill. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drag you down. But the most important part is my head.
Yeah.
Leave my body, take my head. And then he dies.
Leave the gun.
And then
Take the cannoli.
yeah. And then Lucy, the girl, is just sitting there, and she goes, okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
And she just rips his freaking head off and then carries it around and is taking it to wherever she needs to go.
He had
A bag.
a bag.
That's what my wife said. My wife was like, she has a bag.
Yeah.
Just put the head in a bag.
She's just walking around.
She's like, she criticized the show. She was like, oh, this is just for shock value. And I'm like,
It
yeah,
is.
kind of.
Sure.
I mean, that is the type of thing that would happen in the game, though.
Yeah, 100%. I don't have a bag. Got to carry this thing by the hair.
What if it's bald? Then you create like.
What if it's
football?
Kadish and you?
Yeah.
You hold it by
Yeah.
the beard,
yeah,
by the chin.
by the tongue.
What else were we talking about? Okay, we got the goal. There's another side. Oh, okay. So this is a story that I think you need to pay attention to. You might not be picking up on it yet because they haven't really talked about it. But the goofy cousin that was in love with Lucy in the
Chet.
beginning.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Chet.
Chet.
Mhm.
Pay attention to Chet.
Yeah.
Because he's still in the vault,
Mhm.
and him and Lucy's brother are going to start uncovering some weird shit.
Yeah.
They haven't leaned into it yet, but they're going to start. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
very interested in
the-
what really happened
Yeah.
to Vault 32.
the vault shit,
Also, I love the best friend who's pregnant.
she's hilarious.
She's hilarious.
Dude, I am waiting for her to be like Quentin Tarantino. What's the chick's name from Kill Bill? The one with the eye patch.
Peach. Oh,
Oh, you want her to be a badass?
Yeah.
L.
What is it?
Ellie. L.
L. What's
Ellie?
her code name though? She has a code name.
Black Mamba.
No, Black Mamba's
No.
Kill
It-
Bill.
No, Black Mamba is Beatrix.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Black Mamba. I should have been Black Mamba.
Exactly. That's the other
Yeah.
lady. God damn it. Chat, help me out.
Is it Viper?
Is it Viper? That sounds right. The Kill Bill,
Yeah.
Volume 1 and 2. Girl with the eye patch, you know.
I know her name's Ellie Driver.
Ellie Driver.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
her
gonna
code
look
name?
it up.
Anyway,
right now.
I'm
I'm looking it up.
I want that blonde chick from the vault to be her. Like I am
Okay.
waiting for it because
Okay.
you saw when her vault was
With the-
getting
with the-
attacked.
with the eye patch.
Yes,
Yeah,
when her vault was getting attacked and she would like her husband died, she went psycho.
She had like a fork in her eye
Yeah, she had a fork in her eye and she was just murdering people. And I'm like, oh, okay.
while pregnant.
While pregnant.
It's funny. So like she dresses Chet up in a lot of her husband's clothes, and she's still mourning him. So like she's like making Chet into her husband.
Yeah, she's a little
And-
crazy.
and-
California Mountain Snake.
and
That's
they
a stupid name.
they start having sex.
Yeah.
And Chet's like, "Oh, you're so wet," and then she's like, "Oh," and then like
Her water breaks.
Oh, oh my god, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about that part. That is terrifying. Holy shit. I can't say because my wife might be
Is
watching.
it like a flashback for you?
No,
Alex?
but it's like, man, like that is one of my worst fears. Okay, I've got 3 kids, and there's a period of time where I'm like, this is a no-go zone. No, nope, hard pass. Sorry, babe, I love you, but not gonna happen. And it's because of that.
But I love how funny it was. That she's like putting her husband shit on him, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Bert,
You look great.
oh, Bert,
Yeah. So they're not
Oh,
cousins. then.
Bert-
Are they not
Bert."
cousins?
I think everybody's related down there.
Maybe
Well, the vault.
I don't think so because she and Lucy were just friends.
Yeah,
She didn't
according-
say you're my cousin or anything.
According to vault lore that I've been watching and learning about this week, like there's 1,000 people per vault,
Mhm.
and I'm like 1,000 people. That's a pretty good gene pool. Like, but it has been 200 years, so maybe everybody's kind of like weird second cousins. Who knows? I don't know.
Also, out of all the vault dwellers, like Lucy was probably the hottest one down there.
I don't know. The blonde's pretty hot. Yeah. Is there only 2 women? Oh, another thing. Again, I'm gonna put this on my wife because she has no context for the games or anything like that. And
I
she,
don't either though.
but she's like, she was watching this, and the fat dude in the vault who's like the guy who's like trying to get into the top tier, like
Uh-huh.
he's trying to be the mayor or whatever the fuck they're
the
called.
brown guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, there's no way he'd be fat. It's like they're in a post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
world in a vault.
That is
Why is this guy fat?
I mean, we all saw Lost, and there was a fat guy on that
yeah.
too.
No,
Yeah.
what it was is so the character Kyle MacLachlan plays Lucy's dad.
Oh.
He
Mm.
was the vault overseer,
Overseer. Thank you.
and he was so good at his job that they were basically like on Easy Street. There, they had plenty of food.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like you saw that part where they brought like Jello cake to the prisoners.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so like there are fat, soft, stupid people
Yeah.
in that vault because they had it so easy.
They are so ill-equipped to have prisoners.
Oh, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, well,
They're trying to be nice to him.
They're
Why
like,
would they
I'll
be
teach them
equipped?
calculus.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was so funny. So they're having like a committee meeting inside the vault after they capture all of the
Mhm.
bad people, all the raiders or whatever, and they've got them locked away.
by the
They're
way,
like,
fucking how?
I,
They are
that's a
not
great question.
warriors.
That's a great question. Chet must have done all of it.
Yeah.
But they're like, they locked them all up, and they're like, well, now we have to figure out what to do with them because we can't just leave them out there.
Uh-huh.
Let's try and rehabilitate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they start raising their hand. I'll teach them calculus. Oh, I'll teach them how to sew. And it's just like the
Uh-huh.
dumbest shit.
And the brother's like, let's just fucking kill him.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
love it. That,
This-
And
that dude,
everybody's like, clutching their
how
pearls.
dare you? And he's like, no, fuck those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the water guy comes in. And he's like, by the way, we have about 2 months left of water.
That's a direct thing to the game. Like, I think almost all of the games have a thing where you have to go find the water chip for the vault.
Okay.
It's like a staple.
The plot of the first game was you had to go and because like the water chip broke,
Yeah.
and that's the thing that filters all the water so you can drink it. And so
Mhm.
like one person had to leave the vault to find a replacement for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sitting there watching that. I'm like, did Vault 31 have an extra like water chip they could just pull out?
Maybe we'll find out. That's a good question, though. That's a plot hole if they don't fix that one.
I shouldn't have watched ahead because I'm afraid everything I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to ruin.
Yeah, I
actually watched
stopped
I watched
at
2 more
4
episodes.
very much on purpose. I stopped. I wanted to keep going, okay, so we're going to talk about the second half of the show next week, but I do want to say like our general thoughts on this. I know there's some controversy going on about the show. A lot of people have different opinions and stuff. My opinion is check boxes are marked, but it is
Sure.
not, they're not bludgeoning you over the head with it by any means. I don't think
agree.
anything in this show is like, freaking think this way, asshole, or you're a bigot. There's nothing like that. I never once got those vibes. I didn't even know that the chick was supposed to be transgender in that first part. I'm like, it's a chick in the army. She has a shaved head. Fuck off.
She has a mustache, dude.
You know what, man? It's the
I'd love to
post-apocalyptic.
see you shaving your legs in the post-apocalypse.
Thank you. My wife is Latin.
It's an
She's got dark hair.
upper lip.
Wow.
If my wife didn't wax, she'd probably have a mustache.
Dude.
Chicks with dark hair have hair, man. It is a thing. Talk to a fucking Latin chick. Tell me how often they wax.
I just waxed my chin last night.
It's like
You think this shit fucking
Listen,
happens?
she has a mustache on her lip. Okay. It's a fucking shadow, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking chill.
I think you're looking for it now, and that doesn't need to be.
No, it was like a half a second character that they're
I
not.
don't even know why you brought it back up because now we're talking about it.
I don't know. I should.
But honestly, I don't know what show you guys were watching because the one I watched, I just saw a full on tranny
Yep.
in the army. So I think you're putting the blinders on a little bit too hard.
I didn't even. I was wondering because I heard people like, "Oh, there's
it's absolutely there. It's an Amazon thing."
I didn't see it,
and I just go, "Oh, it's 200 years in the mutated future. Sure, there's going to be some trannies."
They're here now,
so there you are.
I don't know, man. I didn't get a thing out of it. I was like, "Oh, that what they were talking about?" No, whatever. I'm with Jude. I was like, oh, fuck, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But other than that, little hiccup, I guess, if you want to call it that, I have no problems with the show. I think it's great. I think I'm having a ton of fun.
Yeah.
The writing is on point. The characters are cool. The chick who's the main character is adorable and naive and not a Mary Sue in any shape or form.
Mhm.
Like, she gets her ass kicked a lot. She has no idea what she's doing. She's stumbling through the wasteland, just kind of like.
Did you know the actual actress is British?
I saw that comment. I did not. So she puts on an American accent really well.
Well, I think Walton Goggins had no idea that she was actually British.
Nice.
Oh, really?
He was like acting with her, and then when he found out after they were done wrapped, he was like, "Wow."
Yeah. Awesome. Good for her.
But we haven't spoken enough about Walton Goggins.
No, we haven't.
Oh, he's amazing. Dude,
he's carrying
so
the show.
Well, he's good in everything he does.
Yeah.
Like, we have yet to see a Walton Goggins performance that was not amazing. He was the assassin in Fat Man.
Mm-hmm.
He was in The Shield. He's been in
Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones, Vice Principals. He was in Predators, Bitch Rape.
Oh yeah, that's 5 o'clock. It's bitration time.
Bitch raping time.
Bitch raping time.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah, and he elevates everything he's in.
Yeah.
And this role, like, you get to see so many different facets of it. Like, you get to see the vain actor, you get to see the loving father and husband, you get to see like the badass bounty hunter. Like, he's just playing things so like versatile.
Yeah.
Like, he really is the standout on this show.
Oh yeah, when they nailed him as a main character in the show, fucking good job.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins, awesome. Yeah, I have no issues with the show. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I almost didn't want to stop watching because I was like, I committed to 4 episodes at minimum for the podcast, but I'm like, I was real itchy to finish the whole season. Like, it got me. I'm like, I need to find out what happens next.
You know what's weird about this show is Amazon decided to drop it all at once.
Yeah.
As opposed to their usual week-to-week model. Do you think people would be as into it if we just got 1 episode?
Oh, I think people get more into it, which we're going to talk about that in our live stream for the members only in a little bit. We're going to debate on the binge, but I think this show would massively benefit from a week-to-week drop. I really don't know why they decided to do the binge model, because it's going to be out of the culture. It's going to be out of the news, out of the culture in 2 weeks.
Because they have video game tie-ins that have been around for decades and have hardcore fan bases of it. This is something that basically it's going to be like The Boys, in my opinion. It's going to have like an enduring fan base. People are going to be interested about it. There's going to be a lot of tie-ins, like with books and
yeah. But don't they release The Boys week to week?
Well, they release the first 3 episodes and then they go week to week.
And that's not a bad model either, because the first 3 episodes
get you hooked.
Are the ones that get you hooked, and you string them along.
That's how they get you. It's like dealing drugs. You know what I mean? You give it the first one for free.
It's free.
You gotta wait, and you gotta wait for the rest.
You like that shit?
So
I do like that shit.
So needless to say, you're in for the next.
I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. Okay. I was really unsure because I'm not a fan of the games, and I was really worried that the show would be the typical freaking, Wheels of Power or Rings of whatever the hell, but it's not. I don't think it is anyway. I disagree with you guys on that thing, but I mean, that's it. I think it's great. Go check it out.
Even talking about that thing, it's not something that, like, it took me out of the show for like a little bit, but then it was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I expect some of that, and then I just moved on. This wasn't as bow-breedy as it could have been.
Oh, it could have been.
I didn't care, and I like the other characters in the show.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazon does this thing with their shows. I think it has a lot to do with who's creating the show, not necessarily Amazon itself.
Probably.
Because if you look at like Terminalist with Chris Pratt, there's nothing like that in there, right? It's just like straight military, yay, pro America. It's all there, and that show's great. I love that show. And then you got stuff like Rings of Power. It's awful. So I don't want to pin the whole thing.
And I forgot about Rings of Power.
It's bad. Like, I don't want to pin the whole thing on Amazon Studios because I think they just kind of let the creators go and do their thing.
It's even worse is Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Power, Rings of Time, whatever the fuck this 2 garbage shows are. But yeah, I think I'm in, man. I would recommend people check this movie out or show. It's a lot of fun, even if you're not a fan of the games. It's still a freaking good show to get into.
It's inspiring me to want to play the game.
Kind of is, yeah.
It's like I told you earlier. I installed New Vegas last night.
Yeah,
I'm gonna at least give it a shot and play for a little while, see how it goes.
Own Fallout 4, but I only got like maybe 20 hours into it, and
Yeah.
I just kind of whatever. I don't know. I should probably try and pick it up again.
I wish I had more to say today, but you guys are like right there with my same train of thought. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how this season ends, and I hope it's not lame because I really want there to be more shows like this. I believe that having game accurate entertainment and shows like this will breed more if we can support them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of games up there that would make a lot of really cool.
You're like, oh, why did Fallout succeed? Because you fucking follow the source material.
Yeah.
And that's something for someone like me that has no frame of reference for the game, knowing that the people who do play the games are like geeking out over how accurate it is to the source material just warms my little heart.
Nice. I wanted to get a 6-pack of Nuke Cola for the table today.
Right?
I never got around to it. Maybe I'll try to do it for next week. It'll be fun.
Nuka
Cola.
I hope they put out some cool merch in that.
Yeah. I want
Fallout motif.
Yeah.
Some stuff like that would be really fun to have.
It's also funny because in the Fallout games, there's like this collection side quest where you have to find bobbleheads around the wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
And the more of those you find, the more it increases your stats. And when you're watching the TV show, they just in the background, you can see like all these little bobbleheads.
Yeah. Is there one in every episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
I cut the shit out of my finger the other day. I could really use a stem pack. I would
Right?
like some for at home.
Yeah. The stem packs are dope.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get to some super chats if everybody's satisfied. Kadish, do you want to do any final thoughts on the show?
I'm pleasantly surprised by the show. The first 3 episodes were bangers, in my opinion. I'm really liking all the storylines, and I can't wait to see how the season ends. So far, if I just had to go off of the last 4 episodes, or I should say the first 4 episodes, I would be recommending the show to people.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. Jude, did I get to you? Right? I didn't miss you, did I?
I mean, I concur.
Okay.
I'm into it. I have no history with this as far as the game. I don't know what anything's supposed to look like. I love hearing that it looks like how it's supposed to look like, because I'm a stickler for like paying respect.
Yeah.
To
oh yeah,
source
you really
material.
are. Like you dislike shows that we're like, yeah, it's good. You're like, fuck
so
you.
Even as someone who doesn't know the source material at all, like I still want that for the people who love it, and I'm glad that they're being respectful of the source material.
Nice.
I'm super in. I love it.
Cool. Good deal. All right, we got a $10 super chat from the Astro Nerd Boy. Thank you, man. That's super generous. $10. I really like the series. It checks the DEI boxes. Okay. But except for one supporting character, it isn't an issue. There are some lore issues with the games, but the visuals, sounds are spot on. I completely concur. I agree. I'm not as hard on the DEI stuff in this instance. I didn't even notice it until Kadish mentioned that. And I was like, oh, okay.
What does DEI stand?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, the fuck do I know that for? Ugh. All right, sorry about that. $1.99 from Foxhound. Did you know Lucy was English? I do now.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's a black flag. Why'd you have a black flag in that? Do you guys see a black flag, or does he have is that an English flag?
It's an English flag.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at.
Oh, on my screen it's just black. That's weird.
'Cause
That's
it's a
really cool.
pirate.
I never knew. And apparently Walton Goggins works with the lady. He never knew either.
Well, it's
That's
funny
pretty cool.
because when we watched the first episode, Jude's sitting there. She's like, "Where do I know that actress from?"
Yellow Jackets. She's Jackie on Yellow Jackets, but I don't think anybody.
I
here
never watched
watches
Yellow
that.
Jackets. I know you keep telling me to watch it. I'm like,
It's so good.
I'll get to it
Someday.
someday when you force me
I
to watch
have
it.
never
For the show.
steered you wrong on a show before.
This is true. This is true. Midnight Mass is still top tier. You were like, you gotta go watch that show.
You're welcome.
That's a good show. $5 from the Fluffy Panda. Says Alphabet Mafia is pissed that chick isn't gay. The main chick, Lucy? That's funny. I hope they stay pissed. New Vegas was made by a different company. Best-selling too. Bethesda is jelly that New Vegas is more loved. I didn't know it was made by a different company. It's not Bethesda?
I didn't either.
Well, it was produced by Bethesda, but they were busy with development on another game, and so they farmed it out to a different developer.
Oh,
and the developer basically like knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
And ever since then, Bethesda's been like, fuck those guys.
I've heard.
Aw.
No, hire him again. Fuck it. What the
Yeah.
hell is wrong with
No,
people?
they pulled a Kurtzman. You know,
Oh,
Not
that's so
cool.
dumb.
it's like
Ooh, jealous
lame.
bitch.
it's like since we didn't make it and everyone loves it, we can't acknowledge it.
That's so stupid. Have him make another
I
one.
fucking hate that shit.
Make
That
more money.
petty bullshit.
It's ego. It's
Yeah.
all it is ego. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we didn't make that one. Yeah, but you made the money.
And also there's this like movement by the LGBTQ people on Twitter where they're like, I can't believe that this woman was forced to have romantic feelings for a man in this show.
They're gonna say that about everything.
They're gonna be mad about everything.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, it was the 1950s, man. Girls were girls.
And it's kind of funny because when you watch the show, like Lucy's basically like really horned up, like she's
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
She-
she's
she-
thirsty for it.
yeah, she's thirsty.
She's like,
And-
oh, it's fine when we're cousins and we're just messing around as teenagers, but that's not a viable option.
Yeah.
That whole conversation was fucking hilarious.
yeah, and then like when she sees Maximus in his armor for the first time, she's just like, oh,
And her best friend's like, lucky.
Oh yeah, that's right. With
the Raider husband.
yeah, the Raider. What was his name? He had a name. It was like
Milton?
yeah, something with an M.
Yeah.
Not Milton though.
Marlon?
Mutt
Merle? Something.
something. Mad.
Not gonna matter. Because he's dead.
He's dead already. Anyway. All right, another $5
Milf.
from the Fluffy Panda. Thank you. That's 10 total. Thank you so much. There are things the show either ignores or not mentions that are in New Vegas, which is a very popular game, which stirs more controversy with Bethesda. I'm not savvy enough about those games to really know the difference, but I'm assuming there's going to be videos out there saying like, well, this doesn't exactly match. And I totally get it, man. Yeah, they're not going to. I mean, they could, I guess. I don't know why they would have an issue with New Vegas, though. I've heard nothing but good things about that game. Like, just own it.
Who knows?
Like, I hope they go to Vegas. They're so close. They're right there. You make a trip across the mountains and you're in Vegas in this show. I'd be so excited if they showed Vegas in this show.
Monty.
Monty. That's right. It wasn't M.
Mhm. Very close.
Madge, Monty. Yeah, it's close enough. Wouldn't that be dope though if they went to Vegas in the show, like
I'm
second
sure
season?
in a
or something?
different season they'll.
Yeah.
You think they will?
Oh yeah.
100%.
I
it's
thought for
popular
sure they
enough.
already had because I don't know the games and what it's supposed to be. But I thought for sure, like as they were traveling, she was like 20 miles that way. I was like, oh, y'all are gonna go through Vegas.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Vegas is a big part of the Fallout universe, and because of the game and how popular it is.
I just assume that
Be so
that's
cool.
where the gang is.
The gang.
The gang that they're trying to get to, where they're holding her dad.
Oh,
I
yeah,
assumed, oh, they're probably holding him in Vegas.
No,
No.
they're,
No,
they're
the-
holding him in downtown Los Angeles.
Okay,
essentially.
same
Yeah.
thing.
the bounce. Same thing.
Oh, I just pissed off so many people.
How dare
How
you?
dare
dude?
you? You know,
No,
my
downtown-
theory that we talked about the other day
Which is what?
is that so many, because Vader was bitching that too many people live in the valley now.
As he does.
And I was like, Alex and I were talking about it. And I was like, you know, what we need to do is just wait because so many people from California have
yeah.
moved to Vegas. I was like, California's going to be empty soon. And then they're going to start dropping prices.
And
And,
we-
then we retake California.
We retake California. All the
Yeah.
Vegas people would be like, "Fuck this! I'm going to LA."
Yeah.
Just repopulate the whole city with
Yeah.
like cool Vegas
How about
people.
open a taco shop.
Dope.
I can't. I was gonna say something probably inappropriate,
Oh yeah.
so I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do have mole people here.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas is basically Fallout.
Oh, Vegas is
it-
going to be
it
like, I can't
basically
leave
is.
my mole people. friends."
Have you seen
Yeah.
the size of our cockroaches?
Huge,
They're
huge.
freaking huge. It's ridiculous.
Cannot clean them up with a
Prehistoric.
napkin. You need-
I did love the story that the doctor was telling the girl that was lived in the vault, Lucy. And he was like, "Yeah, people used to joke that cockroaches would survive the nuclear fallout,
Uh-huh.
and that's not a joke.
Yeah.
They will eat you.
Oh,
They will.
they're like the
this
size of
big.
that dog.
Yeah.
You should see our dog while we're trying to watch this fucking show.
Does he get mad?
He gets so angry.
What? At what?
Because there's a dog on the TV and he's
He
like,
gets mad at the dog.
he's like, yeah. He's
That's
like, oh,
adorable.
Jesus Christ, there's a fucking dog in here. We're like, bro, it's a TV dog.
It's hilarious.
I have to keep a squirt bottle. And like, I do it to Kadish too.
I bet you
Ah.
do. I
I've
bet
done that
you
to the
do.
cat. He's trying to break him from scratching the couch.
You spray water on your cat?
Yeah. He doesn't like it.
No.
Well,
Let me spray you with water.
he's
See how you
trying
feel.
to ruin.
Dude, give me a water bottle one of these days, and I'm just gonna when he starts talking, I'm just like, stop it. He would get so fucking mad at me.
I'd get my own. I'd hire
Get a
back.
super soaker. Candace is like, don't, no water, no water.
Nothing brown.
It's like that episode of South Park where the dog whisperer starts training Cartman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astro Nerd Boy for another $5 says they should have had Lucy picking up loot, quote unquote, and putting it into her pack as a nod to the game. Other than the odd gun, I don't think she did that. No, she didn't.
I agree.
But it would be really funny though, because this is a thing from Bethesda with like not just Fallout, but also Skyrim. It's like you can have just like 10 million things in your bag.
A bag of never.
It's a bag of never anything. As long as the weight doesn't add up to 350 pounds, you're just like, yeah, just throw it in the bag. It's fine. It's a leak. It weighs 0.2 pounds. I'm fine.
That would be a fun running game.
It'd be hilarious. You can carry. Just throw
the head in there.
Just throw that in there and just keep throwing shit in there and never take anything out.
That's in Harry Potter too.
Is it?
You just need an extending charm.
Yeah.
You can put as much shit in your bag as you want.
No, that's a Bethesda game for sure. You can up your weight a little bit. Oh, look at that. I up my weight. Just start packing books and shit.
It just works.
It just works. Or is it books that are weightless or keys? Keys are weightless, right? And books weigh 1 pound.
That sounds right.
So you can carry 300 books before your character gets weighed down.
It's a lot of books.
It's a lot of books. All right. So what else we got? We got about 15 minutes before the show ends.
Speaking about the books, the way they use the Pip Boys in the show.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. I want one.
Right from
what's
the game.
Pip Boys?
It's the wrist thing.
The wrist computers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's 100%
Cool.
game, like purely accurate.
That's the thing that I liked from the first episode that introduced that thing. When she starts suspecting that her brand new husband isn't who he says he is, and she immediately like just slaps her wrist in it and does this.
Does the
at
radiation
him.
reading?
Yeah. And she's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Pip
You
Boy
just
thing.
put your radiation cum in me?
Oh yeah. What if she's pregnant with a ghoul?
Yeah.
How did the ghouls happen?
I don't think.
Okay, so they're pre-war people.
Yeah.
Who were so irradiated from the nuclear fallout that they just don't die.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
Okay.
But they have to continue taking
I like it.
They have to continue taking that little juice thing in order to stay human.
Do we know what that is?
I don't know exactly what. I'm sure somebody does. Maybe somebody in the chat. But
Okay.
That's why when they take them to the other ghouls and they're all kind of like turning and they're like, you can't save them, Lucy. And she's like, no, that lady, she needs help. And then she turns into a zombie. That's what happens if
that is so sad.
It is
how,
super
like,
sad.
As they're like deteriorating, all they're doing is saying, like, my name is John, my name is Martha, my name is this, my name
they're
is
losing
that.
their humanity, basically.
Yeah.
Well, they're called feral ghouls in the games, and a lot of them are, enemies that you run into, you have to kill. But there are ghouls that retain their humanity and their memories and stuff like that. But eventually, they all degenerate into the feral state.
Somebody in the comments said that the juice is a retcon and not in the game. So that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that I was curious about. Like, if he had been buried for what was it, like 50 years or something? They dig him up every 50 years.
Remember those bags that were on his cross?
Oh,
They were drip
juice
feeding that stuff into him.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know the backstory about. I mean, if it's not game accurate, I apologize. I thought it was, but if it's not, okay, that's okay. But that's the reason in the show. That's the reason why he's still alive.
Okay.
And not feral. We have a new member, and I'm going to say his name real slow because it's amazing. Jerk off Juggernaut is a new member of the channel. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining up. That's an amazing screen name. It's right up there with Pussy in Bio. All right, that's it. We got about 10 minutes. What do you guys want to talk about?
Well, we were going to talk about Mad Max versus Furiosa.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Furiosa is going to suck.
You think?
I'm sorry, man. I mean, I hope you enjoy it. I really do, but it's not going to be.
Well, the big
I don't even
debate
know what
here.
to say.
The big debate here is whether or not Furiosa is actually a Mad Max movie,
No,
because it doesn't have.
Of course
Mad
it
Max
is.
in
no, it's not.
It's made by George Miller, and it's set in
Produced.
the Mad Max universe. Why can't it be a movie set in the same?
I didn't say it's not.
World.
Wait, is the discussions about if it's not in the same universe?
It's a Mad Max saga.
It's not a Mad Max movie because Mad Max
Never
isn't
said
in it.
Was
It's a Furiosa movie, which we already got.
with Mad Max in it. Just fake Mad
He's a
Max.
side character in his own. In
No,
like,
he was. He's in every fucking scene. He's like in the whole movie from beginning to end.
the movie's not about him though.
It starts
know
off, the first shot in that movie is him taking a piss.
That's right.
It's a badass shot. I like Fury Road. I don't think I'm going to like Furiosa
Why?
because it looks cheesy
Okay.
and it looks like CGI. It doesn't look like a actual Mad Max movie. It's not real. You know what I mean? The scenes,
I don't know what you mean.
the scenes look like they're just, yeah, let's slap some CGI and do some heavy color correct like that. I'm not impressed.
Okay.
I hope you like it, man, but it's not the same.
I feel like you're. I don't know what I'm thinking. I feel like you're
Might be in a contrarian.
trying. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I feel
No,
like I'm being attacked because I said I'm looking forward.
No, I hope
to
you
the
like
movie.
it. No, genuine. I hope you
it's
like
not
it.
just you. But,
Other
you
people?
know, other people. You know, how dare I like a Furiosa movie?
I hope you do.
It gets kind of annoying.
I'm not feeling it. I hope I like it. Well, maybe I'll watch it. I'll be surprised. But for the trailers, I'm like,
I'm getting to the point where I feel like I'm going to be forced to defend this movie, even if it sucks.
do it. I hope you do.
And I don't.
I
wanna be
hope
that
you
guy.
do.
Who is
I don't wanna be
trolling
that guy.
you?
Just people chats and shit. It's all good.
What was the name of the new bad guy played by Hemsworth? You were telling me about
Dr. Demento or something. No, not Dr. Demento.
That-
I forget. I thought I'd have to.
Oh, it might be. This is Mad Max we're talking
Dr.
about.
Dementis.
This is a Tina Turner in a football uniform. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You don't need another.
Yeah, his
hero.
name is Dr. Dementis.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
Dementis. That's a Mad Max villain name for sure.
absolutely is.
I just want Mad Max, man. I want Tom Hardy back, or like give me.
Okay, well, number one, Tom Hardy was never fucking Mad Max.
I know,
It's
but
a
he
Mel
played.
Gibson
He
role.
played a good Tom Hardy. You know what I mean? Tom Hardy.
You mean that guy that wasn't in that last movie?
Barely? Yeah.
Yeah, he's in every fucking part of the movie. Go rewatch it.
What I would really want, as I'm sure everybody would, is Mel Gibson back
Yeah,
for sure.
we all want an old man Max movie.
But if
Like
I
a
can't,
fucking eye patch,
Yeah.
big scar.
but if I can't have Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
I'll take a Tom Hardy. This movie gives me neither.
Why can't you take a new story set in the same world?
I'll watch it.
Why can't
I'm
it?
gonna
Why can't
watch
it
it.
be? Why do people have a problem with the term a Mad Max saga movie? It's just a title that sets the stage for where you're going to be in this film.
You know how
It's like a Star Wars film or Star Trek film. You know where you're
Oh.
going with those.
You're crossing a line.
No, we're not.
you sure you want to go down that road?
It's
Because is the Rise of Skywalker a fucking Star Wars movie? The fuck no, it isn't. That title doesn't mean shit. Just because they're slapping Mad Max's name on the title doesn't make it a fucking Mad Max movie. It's like they slapped
I agree.
Star Wars or Star Trek on a shitty ass movie. It doesn't mean it's a fucking like, okay, yeah, no, that's not real. That's the same thing. You do that with Star Wars and Star
Yeah.
Trek all the time. Oh, that Star Trek movie sucks. So that doesn't count. Fucking Nemesis. You hate Nemesis.
I mean, it's still George Lucas. It's the same guy that made the original movies.
He didn't direct it though. He produced it.
No, he directed it.
He directed this one too,
He wrote and directed and produced it.
and it's got CGI.
I guess.
He's getting
What is your
Okay,
deal with
it could
CGI?
be
Why
worse.
can't it have
Because-
some fucking CGI? in it?
because Mad Max is a staple of doing everything
Did you
real.
tell him there's no CGI?
I
in
said there's
Furiosa?
no. Most of that badass shit that we see with those giant ass cars with spikes and
Uh-huh.
shit, it's all real.
Yeah.
And that means something.
And I'm sure
That-
there's going to be
That-
plenty of
that's
that.
that's a pivotal
I feel like
part
you
of the
guys are.
movies.
I feel like everybody's judging this movie before it's even come out,
Oh, totally.
and I feel like I have to fucking defend the movie I haven't seen.
I hope you defend it.
See,
I just don't think it's going to be good.
You're-
I don't think it's going to be good.
whatever.
I
I don't care if it's. I hope it's fucking bad at this point. I'm just tired of talking about it.
He's so mad. He brought it up. Not
I know.
I
me.
mean, we could have gotten a Mad Max prequel with actual Mel Gibson in it, but they de-aged the shit out of him until he looks like a fucking ghoul. And we could have gotten that fucking movie.
Just a plastered face
Yeah.
on top of his
I-
CGI
Yes.
body.
And then he's jumping over trains and shit.
Oh,
and
like Indiana
traveling-
Jones
Yeah, that's
and the
where I was going.
Irishman
That's
and
where
all
I
that
was-
other bullshit.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. No, we could get that. That'd be worse. That'd be
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah. So just let him like what he fucking likes.
I am. I'm not saying by all means. I tell everybody, I don't give a shit. Like the movie. Go see it twice if you like it.
You can like what you want to like.
You can like whatever
Thank
you
you.
want. We got a new member. Can somebody else read this? What is this? Trait? I can't read. I'm Dapper GM. You may call me God, Rana.
Terry Rana.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a big name.
Yeah.
I like Jack Off Juggernaut a little bit better than that name. It's more concise, you know.
Welcome to being a member. Your name sucks.
Yeah.
It's not,
Thank you.
not big titted redhead.
Right?
Or pussy in bio. Come on.
Hey, why are you attacking me now?
I'm not. I'm attacking you. I'm saying that name rocks. I can't wait for your new Twitter account though. It's gonna be amazing.
She deleted her Twitter despite me.
No,
today.
he's my my admin for my new Twitter account.
Silence.
I don't know, I'm reading. I'm sorry. I should have picked up the conversation after that. Double down, Vader. Don't let Alex bully you. LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I just never heard Alex being the guy that hates a movie before it fucking ever comes out. It kind of annoys me.
All my red flags are up with this movie. CGI bullshit, boss bitch, nonsense. I'm just like, okay, yeah. We got Charlize Theron in the last one. That was fine.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know why we're revisiting this. I don't understand why this movie is existing. Like, did anybody want a Furiosa backstory?
I feel the same way about the prequels.
Like,
I'm just happy to get something in that.
Sure. Well, you love Mad Max though. Like that, you're a diehard Mad Max fan. So I get it. Like anything that's going to come out, you'll be like, oh, I hope it's fucking good. I'm not dogging you for that. My red flags are up, man. I feel really like got some not anticipation. What's the negative?
Anxiety.
Not anxiety. I'm like anxious about shit.
It wasn't an insult.
And I don't know what the word is. I'm too dumb. Anticipation. The opposite of anticipation. Like the bracing myself.
I'm gonna have to go by myself.
I'll watch it with you.
I don't know if
I won't say. I won't listen.
Watch it
I'm gonna watch it with you, and I won't say shit. Because I was watching. What was that movie that we just saw with Blaine? Where I was like, oh fucking Jesus.
Monkey Man.
Oh,
Monkey Man. Yeah.
terrible.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sitting there, and Blaine's next to me, and I'm just like, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
And he just starts laughing. I
I'm
hated that
looking
movie.
forward to it, Vader. I'm on your side.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I don't care either way.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching the show. If you are a extra salty member or above, you should hopefully get redirected to the members only stream. If you don't, make sure to go to saltynerdlive.com.
Yep.
And you should have access to it there if you don't automatically get transferred over. But looking forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun over there in the members only stream. Thank you guys so much for super chatting us. We got Astro Nerd Boy coming in clutch. Major Chai Chai gifting those 5 memberships. Foxhound as well. Fluffy Panda. And Jerk Off Juggernaut. And Thierry, welcome as the new members. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Look forward to next week. We're going to be covering the final 4 episodes of Fallout, in-depth review and discussion. I'm looking forward to it. I really like the show, so I'm having a good time. I can't wait to see you guys next week in the chat. Vader, you gonna sign off?
See you later.
Jude.
Bye-bye.
Kadish.
Sayonara.
Stay salty, my friends. Hey, folks, thanks so much for watching this live stream. If you want to watch our previous live stream, make sure to click right here. Or if you would like to check out one of our favorite highlights, click right here.